Hello, hello, what is up everybody? Welcome to another day of StarCraft 2! We had a little bit of a mix-up here and there with the brackets overall. At least the players that are going to be participating today, but I think we're still pretty, we still got a pretty stacked lineup here. For certain, I mean, a lot of these players very capable of handling themselves. Just to mention, Dream really making a comeback recently in the scene, of course, after having gone to military and still being insanely tough. And then we have Sue as well, one of still the best Zergs out there, especially in Korea. And you know what, always a force to be reckoned with. Kawain and Solar as well, of course. Solar, I mean, who can question Solar overall? Kawain's pretty darn good as well, of course. He's probably a little bit of the underdog in this sense, right? In this overall setting. It's been a while since he's been on a team as well, but you know what? Overall, he's been going strong still, and he has shown that he is still capable of providing upsets. So we have that to look forward to, perhaps, potentially. We will be getting into the first match, Dream versus Solar. So that is that's going to be pretty darn cool. All right, there we go. Everyone's in here. For a moment, the French caster was like, "Wait, hold up! Don't forget about me, Suka." That would be silly if we forget about the French people, right? That's right. Anyway. I hope you guys are excited for this one. TVC, my absolute favorite matchup of all, and I am pretty darn stoked for the series that are about to be happening here. Very much looking forward to seeing Dream. Very much just all of these players. Honestly, it's rough not to be excited for even a single one of these. And I'm hoping that we're going to be able to avoid the mirror matchups a little bit here, but then even then, I mean, the ZVZ mirror matchup and TVT mirror matchup, still pretty darn entertaining, right? I mean, we know one other mirror matchup that sometimes has a little bit of an a difficulty providing the most amazing games, but I still think that sometimes, of course, PvP does okay for itself. It's all right. Sometimes it's still a ton of fun, but I think ZVZ and TVTs just deliver a little bit more often on the overall scale of that was an awesome match, you know? If over here this scale was the awesome match, this right here would be awesome, this right here would be, alright. Then it would more likely go towards that side of the scale, alright. In case you guys don't know what a skill looks like or how it works, it's like two hands in the sky, providing words when you wiggle them around. Alright, here we go. Game number one, match number one of this day's Group D. The group of... Is it the group of death? I don't know. It very well could be with these players. Anyway, in the top right side, we have ourselves a blue Zerg fighting for Cosmos Esports. He's none other than Solar. Bottom left side, there he is. Just hit the print screen button there. So I got a picture of him forever to hold above my bedroom ceiling. Anyway, he is the red Terran player. He's fighting for Brave Star Gaming. He is a Dream. I love to wiggle the camera a little bit too much sometimes. But, you know, and I feel like it adds to the overall excitement. The other stuff happening right here, we have a, well, I mean, not too much yet, huh? Well, I guess nothing crazy except for this is happening. Right, okay, so this is always the problem when you start saying something, when you're looking at one side of the map, while not really fully realizing, you know what, this this little blue Zerg over here is also doing something sneaky. And so far, we're not seeing Dream scouting, at all. He could send his SCV across the map here, but it looks like he will just start prepping to get himself a quick command center on the low ground here, which might prove a little bit tricky to keep up, right? Especially if he doesn't get this to see that this is coming his way. Those Zerglings very well could just run by the Reaper undetected and then get a nice cancel on that command center, or at least delay it by quite a bit here. We'll have to wait and see if that's going to be the case once more. Do we really only have the 4 links? No more links on the way. Okay, so really just the 4 links. It's just mainly going to attempt to get the kill on the SCV here and delay this command center on the high ground. And, oh, yeah, it is still the high ground. The middle ground. Let's call it the middle ground. The average height ground. So, yeah, I mean, this Reaper right now, already in the base of Solar, of course, now realizing, oh boy, I probably should have stayed at home. Immediately turns back around. Solar taking a little bit longer over time to really get those links in here, so looks like he will be losing this opportunity actually to make something happen. It makes me kind of wonder, is he waiting for speed? Interesting, very interesting. He might also be, of course, that he didn't see the Reaper himself, so he wasn't sure if the Reaper was or wasn't across the map. Maybe that was the case. Maybe he was still waiting for that Reaper. It was just a quick maneuver from Dream after all to not allow that to get scouted. Quickly turns around, seeing the hatchery being built, and there we go. They finally find each other. Speed is about ready, trying to get that Reaper there, but the bunker finishes up in time and will kind of force those links out of the vicinity, of course. So yeah, a little bit of an unfortunate opening, I suppose, for Solar here. Not the end of things, though, at all, just quite yet. But it will put him in a little bit further behind than he could have been otherwise, right? I guess he did still keep that Reaper at home. He did still force Dream to kind of work in the dark, right? All he knows is that there was a hatchery a little bit slower here, and a couple of links were built. So other than that, he knows nothing right now. He's about on the level of Jon Snow when it comes to the Game of Thrones one, not the one from, of course, the the StarCraft scene. No diss on him. Anyway, so yeah, there we have the Overlord speed going to be created as well. We'll try to get some scouting done there through this is Solar. Having already one Overlord here. The Viking already on top of it as well, though. Let's take a look what he will be able to see. Okay, well, did he see the reactor on the starports? That's some pretty good info there, honestly. I wouldn't be upset about seeing all of that. That gives you a pretty good idea of what is happening here. On the other hand, Dream right now is still pretty much in the dark as to what is happening. He knows, I suppose, that there's no roaches or massive links running through the middle of the map, so that's pretty nice. Could always happen on the side of the map, like this one Ling over here already managed to escape the clutches of repression of the Hellion forces. Oh my, they might get a couple of drones here. The Queen's a little bit out of position. Decides to pull away though. Wasn't quite sure if he would be able to get there and still get those kills. He got a little bit close as well. The drones were pulled in time, and the links were already coming in as well. So I'm not quite sure if he would have even really gotten that much work done. Decides to just go for more creep tumors instead. And now enters the main base. Reaper will finally get to do a little bit of follow-up scouting. Not too much though. Let's take a look what he saw, really. Well, he saw, I suppose, that there was no second gas in the main base. That is nice. No lay attack there quite yet either. But he's, you know what, he still doesn't quite know what Solar is going for exactly. Which is, of course, the double upgrades with the Banelings and a ton of links now. I suppose it kind of gives it away by having this amount of links right now. Chasing his Hellions a little bit, right? Yeah, it does give you an inclination as to what is coming your way. But, yeah, this makes him push on forward. Still has 2 Hellions remaining here. That's going to be very valuable to help protect that siege tank against runner-by links trying to snipe off the siege tank here. Has a pretty reasonable amount of Marines, but I don't think he's going to be able to get actually too much done here, right? I suppose there's no Baneling speed just quite yet, so there's quite a bit of micro potential overall. Does get a couple of creep tumors immediately here, but shouldn't really get the base, right? I don't think he should. I'm loving this little group of Marines as well on that siege tank, really trying to keep that safe here. Try to maintain his foothold as best as possible. The Queen Star getting a little bit low here, trying to snipe off the medevacs, but will not be able to do so. A couple of links on the backside. As we said though, the Yeah, there we go. Okay, no, never mind. It doesn't keep it alive just quite yet, but we'll still be able to either retreat with a good amount of the mariners here. See, actually, Solar's just gonna let this base fall, it looks like. And that's a lovely position now for Dream. He's gonna go for the counter-offensive. The door is closed though, so Solar running face first into a break wall there. Now it will pretty soon be 3 base versus 3 base, right? That was the 4th base, it wasn't the 3rd. So that's not as bad as it could be, but I mean, okay, well, here we go. That's the big surround. We'll be able to finally clean this up here. And Dream, I gotta say, that was a pretty good fight for him, right? That was a good trading. Not even done quite yet. Might even deny a couple more creep tumors here. If he is gonna go for it with a scan. Well, I guess the links make it a little bit difficult here to really target those down. But yeah, you know what? The creep spread, not really much taking part in this series so far now. Dream setting him up very nicely for the mid game. 3 base versus 3 base. 4th base for Solar, only just about now going to be finishing up here. Link drop in the main base. That could, of course, cause a little bit of a stir in the overall planning of Dream, who is busy with 2 drops in the map. One on the top right, one on the top left. Looks like the top right has decided not to go for it anymore, though. The links did manage to get cleaned up by what looks like to just be the Marines there. Wow, only getting a single worker so far, and I'm not even sure if that was during that fight over there. Or during the drop, so really not getting too much work done with the link drop. He's lost already 108. Look at that, 108 Zerglings here. That's a good little group of Zerglings as well to stop any expansions. I mean, drops coming down. Expansions. He's trying to expand Marines in the base of Solar, of course. Of course, goes in. That's how it works. Anyway, yeah, I gotta say, I'm really digging Dream's position here. Looking at the work accounts, looking at the army supply, upgrades as well, looking pretty well. I guess there's a small advantage there for Solar. He's really been on top of getting those upgrades because, you know, he has been skipping, well, anything but Zerglings and Banelings, right? So he's had a little bit more extra gas to play with because he isn't going for those Mutalisks. But at the same time, that is allowing Dream to be this efficient with those drops, right? This is why he's still out and about on the map so much as he is. And he very much can afford to, because he can just pick up and get the heck out of there whenever he needs to. Ooh. Bit of a missed movement there from those lings. And yeah, wow, Dream really doing a good job here with the triple pronged harassment, and once again getting rid of so much creep as well, right? It's like 1-2 creep tumors far, so right now about that much, and on this side it's just not there at all. It's not there at all, and that means, you know what, these drops are even more efficient because you rely on that creep to really show that those drops are coming in, and now even that is not going to be a possibility anymore for Solar. So Solar is just having a rough time overall here right now, I would say. He is getting the Ultralisk Gavin though, he is getting the Vipers. That is one thing that might start to work out for him. But if we look at the main base of Dream right now, I saw a couple of tech labs being built. I'm imagining that those are on barracks, and there they are. So yeah, already transitioning into those Marauder heavy compositions. And here we go, that is some nice Widowmine actually. Like we said, Dream can really set up for free here. It's incredibly close to this base. And that makes it very difficult for Solar to really hold on here. More creep once again getting denied. You gotta have to wonder, I mean, what if we had Mutalisk in this type of situation, right? I know he's getting himself the quicker hive tech this way, but jeez Louise, it does seem to be rather scary. Sniper, you madman. 5 sub rewards. That's great. Thanks so much, man. Awesome to see. Alright, oh my dear lord, those Widowmines are absolutely mental. is not supposed to be happening like this. If we look at the units lost tab overall, that is highly in favor there for the blue Zerg player. I mean, the red Terran player. I guess the higher numbers aren't better, right? It's like golf. You don't want to have the higher numbers. Truly, truly, the epitome of golf is StarCraft 2. It's the natural evolution of things. Alright, in comes another drop here. We do have those Ultras on the way, right? We have 2 Ultralisk, another one, it's the 3rd one. And finally now we are seeing the Spire as well coming down. So, man, we don't even have like Spore Crawlers or Spine Crawlers, and nothing here in the main base to really defend. He is doing a bit of a counter-attack, will be able to pick up a Siege Tank there and force a cancel in this base. But, of course, at the same time, Dream just absolutely everywhere, doing everything he can to just cause chaos in the main base and, well, all the expansions as well of Solar. And, you know what, as longer as the game keeps going, the more bases you have, the easier it is for a Terran player to just be harassing absolutely everywhere, right? Because there's so many places you need to defend. It's impossible to have your army split up to be absolutely everywhere. It's just not going to work. That is what we see happening right here. 15 workers in a short period of time, having gone down. 23 in total. Now the Vipers, I mean, Parasitic Bomb, yes, it's pretty good, but I don't think that's going to help you too much in this type of situation. Alright, coming in on the right side as well with a push here. The Widow Mines getting all, yeah, you know what, dodging them reasonably well here. But what does he have against the Liberators? He doesn't have anything. The Liberators are just setting up for free here. I guess he has a Spore Crawler, but needs to get that Spore Crawler underneath. Another attack coming in right here. In the middle, we still have Widow Mines as well. Absolutely everywhere. Dream tearing Solar a new one. And, well, there goes down another base. I would be surprised if we saw Solar really coming back in this one at this point in time. Look at that. Liberators absolutely everywhere. Okay, no, those are... Thought for a moment, look at that, there's more Widow Mines over here, but no, that's just the, it's always confusing, the changelings show up as red. I feel like maybe they should just be purple, right, or some other color that mixes the 2 colors together, or something like that. Just give them their own color, Blizzard, come on. What are we doing? Make it easier for us, alright? Shit, will you? Anyway, Dream, jeez, man! Give me a break, my man, I'm just... I feel like I'm having to do as much APM trying to follow everything that's happening as I'm having to do in my ladder games here. Even though I'm solely observing at this moment in time. I'm impressed with how well Solar has been able to kind of keep up with the amount of dropping has been going on. But at the same time, I mean, Dream, holy moly, how good are you to be able to just hold on for that long as well. Widowmine field here really making it difficult as well to start the engagement here for Solar. He's trying, but I mean, this is a rough one to break. This small little corridor here. How are you going to get a good surround on this? That's rough, especially with a couple more of those Widowmines over here. Oh, that Widowmine! Ooh, just barely. For a moment, I thought I was going to blow up all of those banelings. Luckily for Solar, he still has them around though, but... Man, oh man, yeah, Solar goes for what he can. He just needs to get rid of the attention on that right side. He needs to do a bit of counter-aggression here. That's the only way, really. Would have been too rough to break this this right side. Is he going to try it again? Those medevacts are getting rather low, but... These Widowmines are going to recharge again pretty soon. Look at the amount that there are here. That is so incredibly difficult. You can't just send the Ultralisk out in front either, right? Because of those Liberator zones and the high amount of Marauders that are there. So you just need to be perfectly splitting up those Zerglings and the Banelings, I suppose, while still being able to kind of get those connections onto the bio. That is incredibly difficult. He needs to have, well, I think against this type of army composition, you want to have a couple of, well, something like Brute Lords. And maybe Vipers as well, right? To just yoink the Liberators away before you actually engage. Something like that. as there are no Vikings or anything of the sorts there. One more drone goes down. And the dropping continues. There's Corruptors now on the fields, but looks like Dream's still feeling comfortable enough to just keep the dropping going. A little bit less though, let's be fair. A little bit less than it was before. Another Liberator here on the right, on the left side. Don't think that medevac was spotted. Nope, that was not spotted. In he comes right now. The Widowmine has been cleaned up, but immediately afterwards he's like, alright, let me put a new one down. Let's get another one in there. And now with the distraction in the main base here, looks like Dream will be moving forwards once again to try and clean up this this base once more. The left side trying to reclaim that base as well, which is something he needs to do. But Solar has been doing a really good job at just kind of denying this base overall as well. Ooh, that final planetary shot there, really making sure that those banelings all die off in the end there. Solar, it looks like, you know what, he does have a pretty good force now to hold his own on this right side. Oh, the Widowmine's still getting a pretty good connection. The second one, not as much though, so we'll be able to clean this up nice and efficiently, which is what needs to be happening here for Solar. You know what, he is starting to turn this around a little bit here. I feel like after the dropping kind of slowed down because of the Corruptors, it looks like, you know, the worker count 72 versus 59. Army supply is still pretty strong here for Solar as well. And what we're seeing is Plan B in action, or Plan N. The nukage will commence pretty darn soon here. And I absolutely love the nukes, but I'm not sure if that's going to work out. We'll have to wait and see. He is securing the bottom right fully though. That is a great thing for him to have happen. But he still needs to have a good economy here, right? How many orbitals does he have? Let's take a look. He only has 3 orbitals, so I mean, I don't think you can really make it work for a long time here on the 59 worker economy that he has. He is building up a bank already, so it's gonna be okay for a little bit here, but ultimately, if they keep trading out relatively equally, this is just going to go into Solar's favor in the end. Oh, he's only on 69 works now himself. I think he sacrificed a couple of them to make some another hatchery and some extractors here. Might lose a couple more as well. Trying to target down a hive tech here. I don't think he will, but that's getting rather low. That is getting dangerously low, really. Another drop here in the top left as well. What is that to defend? There is some units there, but not quite jumping into action quite yet. He's sending over the forces that were supposed to guard the right side. So a little bit of a miss micro there, I would say, from Solar. And there is the first ghost as well. Attempting to get himself into a good position here to start the nuking. There is an observer there, overseer there. Oh, yep, there we go. Nice pick off. I'm not even sure if Solar realized that occurred, but hey, it worked out for him. Oh my god, that Widowmine. I mean, Dream is still trading out very nice and efficiently. I would love to see just a couple more either orbitals, which is what we're seeing right now. He's made 2 more orbitals here. That's a good job. That is exactly what he needs right now. Oh, the nuke is coming in. Let's see where is this ghost? Oh, there he is. It's not in vision range, and let's see if that's going to be able to kill much here. Ooh, just 1. Wow, that was really close. How is that possible? They were all stacked up on one another, and it only gets 1 of those drones. Very interesting. And now Solar's just he's on ghost hunting duty. So he's got to turn himself into a ghost buster. More nukes on the way, more ghost academies on the way as well. Where's these other 2 ghost academies? There they are. Alright, alright. Another drop going into the main base. And this is one thing that has been doing very well here for Dream, continuously going into the main base where there's just no spore crawlers or any kind of static defense. So every time he's been ticking away at the damage here. There we go. There's the hive. That does go down. And the Ultralisk Kevin as well will be exposed. Gets taken care of. Oh, with a mine here. Nice dodge from Solar. Great control there. But, man, oh man, gets the Overseer as well. I mean, the more Overseers he keeps sniping here, the easier it will be for the nukes to be coming on in. Another one comes in from downtown. Let's see what it will be trying to get. I'm not quite sure what you're trying to get here, but, man, oh man, it's, that's annoying. Just a random ghost somewhere in the middle of Solar's main base. Just, being one annoying, whatever the term would be, which I'm not quite sure if I'm allowed to say here on stream. Another nuke. Hello, sir. Come on. Come hug me. There we go. New kisses for Papa. I don't think he will be able to get much done here, but again, nice dodge. You know what? It does kill the hatchery, actually, so this is really starting to add up here. It's like we're watching Vindicta play. Jeez, man. Dream is absolutely on fire, and with the added in orbitals as well, the lower worker count that he does have, I don't think it matters too much anymore. Of course, I would still like to see a couple more of the overall orbitals, just to ramp up the mineral production or the mineral income here. This is a massive fight. This might be a last-ditch effort here from Solar, trying to break his opponents, but right, will not be able to do so. Again, losing a lot of the Ultralisk and a lot of the Banelings here. In the top left side, there is another nuke coming in. There he is. Alright. I just love seeing nukes fly, man. That's the most fun as an observer to do. Having to dodge again here, stopping a lot of mining. Coming in on the top side. Losing 20 workers on the right side as well. Just an army of ghosts absolutely everywhere. Nukes going off, nilly-willy. Alright, well, if you have them, might as well make use of them. Where are the Overseers? Right now we have 4 Overseers. They're all stacked up on one another. It looks like Overlords go down. More drones go down. And looking at the income graph right now, it's starting to really get into the favor here of Dream. Dream is playing this absolutely phenomenally. Oh my god, Widowmines as well. Just doing so much damage right here. More ghosts going down, but does it really matter? With the planetary fortresses, the siege tanks, and this entire just massive defensive setup while doing all this harassments with the nukes, with the drops, everything that's going on here for Dream, he's doing just fantastic. And this is just pure joy to see. And I don't know if we could ask for anything more for the first game of this entire TPC field day. Alright. Oh my dear lord, Widowmines more everywhere, exploding. A couple of Mariners once again denying that creep. How many times have we seen these creep tumors getting killed off? They are incredibly important, because this is going to keep your, well, not only this base, but also this base safe. That's like a creep place that you need to have for both of those locations. Ooh, man. Near dodge there with the, with the observing helicopter. Trying not to die here. Another nuke. Oh my god, that base. 1 HP remaining. Another nuke goes off here. This is getting crazy. More Widowmines as well. Dream, what is he on? What type of military service has he been doing here? It looks like they just have like a military service terminal where they have an entire division playing StarCraft 2, trying to come up with ways how to nuke your opponents. And, well, that's what's happening right here. Man, oh man, I think we're all lucky that North Korea does not have access to Dream here. And there we go, GG is called. Dream takes the first game here in the best of 3 after one hell of a match. Holy moly. Oh man, that made me giggle. Honestly, that was insanity. Jeez Louise. Alright, that was game number 1. Game number 1. We're gonna be seeing these boys another time here. But yeah, I mean, Solar just completely ran out of steam there. Didn't have anything remaining anymore. Let me update the overall sub count here as well. Thank you so much, Sniper, again. That's very much appreciated. Going up to 63 in total right now. Juicy, juicy, juicy. It's very much appreciated, guys. Honestly, we need your help. And, well, let's see what the next map will be. Ice and Chrome! Ooh, Ice and Chrome. Now, what could happen on a big map like that? I wonder what will happen on this map. Alright, looks like one player wasn't, one person wasn't quite ready to accept the lobby invite. Guys, thank you all for the follows as well. Leteles, Juliason, Zomon, and Priyafer Raisitu WASD. Thank you as well. Clembo, Nova X Reaper, it's Supermatics. I mean, that was a long game, and there was quite a couple of people following there. Much appreciated. Guys, remember to tell your friends that this is going on, because this is turning out to be one hell of a day so far. Especially having that as the starting match. I mean, what more could we really ask for? I guess an entire series. 3 matches like that. We'll have to wait and see. Alright. Here we go. Here we go. I'm just gonna have to stay quiet for a little bit here, guys, so I can gather my energy again, for just in case if it's gonna go to such a crazy place once more. Alright. Quickly, let me have a sip of my drink as well here. Get it out of the fridge before we get things rolling again. Oh. Snap. Alright. Alright. Here we go. Here we go. Ay, ay, ay. Looks like this man is going to be the aggressor this time. Alright. Anyway, in the bottom left side of the map, we have a blue Zerg fighting for Cosmos Esports. He is Solar. In just a little bit above him, oh my god, he gets the scout. That is absolutely lovely. Alright, anyway, he is the red Terran player from Bravestar Gaming. He is Dream. Showing one hell of a macro game just now, and showing us one hell of a proxy place as well. Look at how these barracks are set up. There's no way really for you to have easy access to these SCVs, and oh my god, are you kidding me? Even with that early scout, he's not going to be able to deny either of these. That is insanity. No micro required there for Dream either. The SCVs just continuously making that incredibly difficult. And alright, there we go. Dream has been in the army for 2 years. He was a GSL winner. That's, well, yeah. And you know what else? He was, I think at the age of 14, he already took part in the GSL Code S. I think that was in like 2014. So he's a long-time member of the, wait, was it? Wait, one of those dates is wrong. Anyway, he was a very young member, anyway, that participated in the GSL Code A. So he's been around for a long time. Alright. Lynx here, attempting to do a little bit of a sneaky run by. One bunker does get finished up here. That's gonna make things a little bit more tricky. Let's see what is the response for Solar here. Sending down another queen. Sends the Lynx towards the barracks to try and intercept the Mariners. He's losing a lot of Zerglings here though. I think he can still escape the bunker on this side, which is nice. Okay, we'll be able to intercept any further Marines from coming down. That is nice indeed, but still, of course, that bunker is there. He killed off all the SCVs as well, which is another big deal, and it looks like he will be able to clean up the the 2 proxy racks right now. It's very well done. Not taking too much damage overall, right? 16 links, 1 drone. Actually, pretty darn solid. Killing off the SCVs and the 8 Marines there as well. It's in a very good position now. Behind this, a factory and a starport are coming down. Both gas being taken and a command center all being built. Can these links still block the... They can! Oh my dear lord. Oh, he's still trying. Ah, well, tough. Tough luck there, Solar. That was funny. The barracks trying to block the hatchery, and then the Zerglings trying to block the barracks from landing. It's like a double block. Alright, just nibbling here on the wall. That is, again, going to cause Solar to get further ahead. Unless if he loses all these Zerglings to the Hellions that are about to be coming out here. I don't think they will be barbecued altogether. There we go. Very quick reaction. Not getting even a single one of them. And yeah, that as well. All that repairing, of course, not only costing him money to repair, but also, well, forcing a lot of SCVs not to be mining there. He did do it the minimal amount, though. I think he had like 1 on this one, 1 on that one, 2 on this one. So, really kind of realizing exactly how many he has to have over there, of course. There we go. Will get himself the 3rd base now as well. And that's at a reasonable time, honestly. Considering there was the proxy 2 racks and a barracks trying to block it for a while, that's still a pretty good, well-timed 3rd base. 2nd base for Dream now floating over, and he's gonna go for battle cruisers. Alright, Solar. Solar looks like he will once again get the scout off, though. So once again, we'll be able to start prepping for what is coming his way. Getting the information here that he needs for the 2nd time now. Helping him out quite a bit. Is already having a Spire on the way as well. So should be more than capable of handling himself here. Maybe make a couple more queens. He's already getting his Spore Crawlers now as well. So the perfect response here. The one danger, I suppose, really, is that he might, you know, this still happens sometimes. You can over-defend against the battle cruisers with something like Corruptors, Spore Crawlers, and Queens, or something like that. And then you just don't have enough against the Hellions, really, to hold those off as well. But I think Solo, you know, a very, very strong opponent should very well be able to not make that mistake, of course. Alright, here we go. There is the armory as well, so the Hellbats are activated here. And, oh, there's Banelings, though. Couple more Banelings being made. No Baneling speed, but yeah, it looks like Solo will not be taking this lightly whatsoever. And we'll be able to handle this pretty darn well, I'd say. At least so far, not taking any damage whatsoever. Like, 1 Baneling died, yeah, that's about it. That's about it. It's not really what you want to be getting here, of course, being Dream. It would always be nice to get a bit more. Nice catch on those 2 Hellions there as well. And now we'll be able to maybe force a cancel on that 3rd base right here. It's only a single Marine shooting him, but doesn't decide to go for it. Guess he's just a little bit busy still with trying to hold off that... battle cruiser, as well as, you know, there are Hellions, of course, coming back too. So if you stay too long on that wall, very likely you might just lose all those links here. So very smart from Solar. He manages to break the wall here, gets into the main base too. I think that might be it. GG is called. Solar ties up the series. Dream getting a little bit ahead of himself, thinking, you know what, this is in the bag, no problem. Let me just get my other win, and we'll be moving on through. Not so quick, sir. Not so quick. Solar still has something to say about that. And will not allow him to escape his clutches that easily by just doing the proxy 2 Rex. Of course, the scouting there absolutely crucial for Solar. If he hadn't scouted either of those things, that could have been problematic there. And definitely working out for him very nicely. Alright, third game in this series. Of course, that 2nd game probably not as fantastic as the first one, but oh well. Terran versus Zerg late game is so difficult. You need like 400 APM to handle lots of tasks, yeah? That goes for both of these sides, though. To be fair, like there's so much you need to do for both of the sides, which is kind of why TVZ is, in my opinion, the late game scenario is just absolutely fantastic. Because it reminds me of that one, what was it called? I think it was In Depth. In Depth, where Artosis was talking about what is a good meta, and then he kind of said like what he thought was a good meta is where players can show their skills. And ZVT late game, I think that's the epitome of showing your skill, right? Because continuously you have so much multitasking to do. You have so many opportunities for like counter aggression, going around, trying to get out of there in time. Just kind of by the nature of how it works. Which is, of course, you know what, the Medivacs can boost away in case Mutalisk or Corruptors come, and then you can still kind of save a lot of the times your forces. You kind of get a heads up as well that those are on the way as soon as the Zerglings arrive, because the Zerglings are quicker, dodging Widow Mines at the same time while trying to deal with another drop somewhere else. Ling run-bys coming in, and, well, I could go on, right? I could go on. You guys know what I'm talking about. The creep spread, right? That's another entire battle on its own. You have to deny the creep, you have to keep the creep going, and that's something that just continuously is a task that you need to fulfill. All while, you know what, you're having those battles, you're having to deal with all the other things, the harassment from either side. Whether it be Mutalisk, whether it be drops, whether it be Ling run-bys, Baneling run-bys, all of that good stuff. Whether it be nukes, Widow Mines, whatever, right? But yeah, that's just, in my opinion, why this matchup is so incredibly strong. Anyway, in the bottom right side, we have ourselves a blue Zerg fighting for Cosmos Esports. He is Solar. Not going down so far due to the Proxy 2 racks, but having one hell of a late game here. As well as this guy, of course, the red Terran player, just having a little bit of a better late game. What is he to? Okay, no, he's just scouting. Okay, whew. I was like, what? This is a very late proc. I don't know where my brain was going. Anyway, in the bottom left side, the red Terran player fighting for Brave Star Gaming. He is a Dream. This is why you can't play late game. I mean, I don't think a lot of people play late game. And to be fair, it's impossible, I feel like, to play that late game perfectly, right? Because there's just so much stuff to do that it really does task you to the ultimate of what you can do. You need to keep making the decisions on, like, alright, where do I put my attention? And how do I cause my opponent to have to put more attention into certain things? So that I'm gonna have an easier time against whatever he can do, right? Because, yeah. There is the bunker. I made it sound like that's a normal thing. There's the bunker here. There's the bunker at the third base. Interesting. EPM matters more than APM. EAPM. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. It's still difficult though. I mean, 200 effective actions per minute. That's still really rough to do. Alright, this is a little cute play, isn't it? And trying to come in here with the Hellions as well, decides, you know what, probably not the best time to try to go for a run-by, but we'll send them over to reinforce this location here. Even going to be able to repair that other Hellion now. Very nicely played, and this is starting to slowly add up here on the damage. And I think this is going to force Solar to just kind of take a potentially bad trade here. Let's see. Oh, nice control on those Hellions. Really nice control so far. Okay, we'll get surrounded now, though. He's forced out a lot of links overall. But, I mean, in the end, was that worth it? I don't know. He only killed 4 links there. Are you kidding me? How do you only lose 4 links in that situation? I've lost more links to a single Hellion. Jeez. 4 links. That is nuts. Alright, anyway. Dream. I mean, one thing that we kind of have to keep in mind as well, right? That first game, the initial one that kind of set this series off, we saw Solar going for the quick pull and not really achieving anything with it, right? So already he was a little bit behind, and perhaps that puts Dream into a better place to take it into the mid game and then take it into the late game. Now, how much of an impact was that for him? I'm not completely certain. And perhaps this will be the game where we'll be able to see how much of an impact that actually did make in a little bit, right? But maybe not completely. We won't get the absolute answer, of course, out of 2 games. But it is interesting to kind of consider here and take into account that Solar now definitely having a little bit of a better start. Especially, I suppose, with that bunker play not really going into... well, into a way that Dream probably was anticipating here. Another Overlord might go down here. Already 2 kills on this Viking. 3 Overlords in total already have been killed, so kind of tying up the overall resources lost. Which is nice. 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 Talking difficult. Goes and try. Anyway. Stimpack is ready. 3rd base as well. Looks like so. Dream is Dream is going to be taking that gold base. +1/+1 as well on the way here. Fully committed to the bio. And Solar going for the Spire quickly here this time around as well. Another thing that was not working into his favor, of course, that game number 1. Dream really taking full advantage of that not being any Spire. And continuously being absolutely everywhere with the medevac harassments. This Overseer here as well, you know, I mean, they're there for scouting, and that's exactly what he got to do there. Manages to, and see that there is a drop coming in, and see that there is the gold base that has been taken. Oh, this is very nice, sending a small group of links. I'm not sure if I like that he's sending them towards the natural base, though. Maybe he was anticipating the army units to be more over here instead of over here, of course, because he does have that gold base, but doesn't seem to be the case, unfortunately. A little bit of a 50-50 and no adjustment there from Solar as soon as he saw that, or well, had the opportunity to see that was there. Oh, should be able to clean this up still, right? Has the mutas now. We'll be able to shoot down the... Oh, wait. Solar? Ooh. Okay, well, let's see. There's still a couple of drones going to go down here. It looks like the drones... Okay, 4 of them. That's not too bad. Short distance towards the home base again now because of that gold base being here. Oh my god, does Solar just have enough to kill off the Marines here? Does he really? I think he does. This could very quickly snowball. 62 army supply right now available for Solar. This might be the last moment for Dream here. He does have a missile turret there. That is definitely a big help. There's no missile turret in the natural base, though. That is a problem. A lot of SCVs are going to be targeted down here. I would imagine Mutalisk now going into the main base as well. He's on top of the production. And Dream is very likely to lose it from this situation. This is going to be incredibly rough to get himself out of this here. And wow, the immense amount of Mutalisk, very well identifying that he had enough there to take on those Marines. Not something you very quickly jump to the conclusion to, right? It is something that you kind of need to take a second, like, do I win this? Yeah, probably. And I mean, Solar doing it absolutely wonderfully well now, just on top of these barracks right now. What are you supposed to be doing as Dream? I'm not completely sure. Zerglings now as well, still streaming in here. The walls have been broken. Well, he remade the ones at the natural base, so that is nice. But other than that, there's still so much stuff here trying to lure them into the missile tower. But it's just not going to work out anymore, is it? The Marines still getting picked off as soon as they get close to those Mutalisk. Medevac gets targeted down as well, and that's going to cost them not to be able to stim anymore either. In that third base now as well. That's falling. Everything is falling apart here. GG is called. Solar takes game number 3. What a comeback. I was not expecting that anymore. But those Mutalisk definitely showcasing why they are such a powerful unit in the CVT matchup. Denying the drops from continuing onwards, and then also killing off so much of the Marines there. It's not often you see Mutalisk taking on Marines, but kind of interested in seeing whether or not that was something. Let me see. Can I wait? Hold up. Ah, wait. There's no match history. Of course, they always do no match history. Unlucky. Unlucky. Anyway. Oh. Should probably be in this menu. All right. Mutalisk. Yes. Yes. Okay, we're starting up the second match here, guys. Of course, it will be Sue versus Kiwayan. It's gonna be an interesting one as well. I think this one a little bit easier to call, or a little bit easier to kind of say that Sue should have the advantage here. Kiwayan though has been playing pretty darn good as well. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. All right. Let me just remind you guys as well that we do have the Matcherino page. Let me see if I'm on the right page. There we go. All right, lovely stuff. If you want to help us out over here, we have a couple of things you could do. Very easy. Sign in over here. Use your Twitch, whatever you have available. And if I'm not mistaken, we have like $300 in total as well that we can add to the prize pool over here. Right? That's quite a bit actually. That's you know what? Like what is that? Up. Some sort of percentage of what we have over here. Anyway, how much would that be? It's like 9 something, right? I don't even know. But it's quite a bit of stuff. It's quite a bit of stuff. If you just press contribute, 8x500 DJ, and then contribute, that's 50 cents right there. For those of you in the United States, this is another thing you could do, a survey quest. It adds $1.50 to the prize pool. All you got to do is fill out some questions, and that's going to add another nice little clump of change to the prize pool, and then we'll be able to do it. Now, Muzang, where can I see Scarlet versus Time match? Unfortunately, the match had to be replaced. The players could not make it to the overall show, and they were replaced with Sue versus Kiwayan. So that is why they are right now in the veto process. Okay, looks like that is setting up. Also, well, I'll continue this on within a second. Let me just accept that, and then we'll go back again to this lovely page over here. So yeah, you can, if you're interested in it, of course, buy yourself the replay pack as well. That is $10. You will be supporting the tournament with it, of course, as well. And you're going to be able to get the replays for all of these matches right here. Not just today, of course. You're going to get Group A, B, C, the second group stage as well. Another 2 groups in the same formula as we're doing right now today as well. And then on the final day, we'll have the playoffs, best of 5s and best of 7s. That is also included all within this replay pack. So if you want to see any matches from any of these players, Cure, Armani, specifically, of course, Innovation, Ragnarok, Stats, Patience, or even some of these games of Hurricane, Zest, Zaun, Nice, Rogue, and Special. And this is the place to do it. Solar, Sue, Kiwayan, and Dream, of course, as well. Anyway. So yeah, that is there, and that's a caster tip jar. So if you feel like, you know what, this guy is he's doing alright, he's trying, he probably should have some money for this. That's the way to do that as well. Would be greatly appreciated. Alright guys, if you don't have if you don't already filled in the codes, already did some survey stuff like that, of course, just being here on your own, already more than enough support that we can ask. And you know what, maybe just tell your friends, right? If you don't have friends, you know what, it's okay, we'll be your friend. We'll be your friend for now. So yeah. Kiwian. Kiwian? People just keep... People always correct me. I know there's 2 of them as well, which makes it even more difficult. Any discount for an Alpha X member? You can't go on the Patreon. Alright, for you, funnies, we'll do Kiwian. 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 We'll do Kiwian. Discuss will do Kiwian. Kiwian. You can just sub. There you go. That's the way you can do it as well. Alrighty. In the top right side of the map, we have the Blue Zerg. We're once again on Ice and Chrome. The biggest of the big maps. He is none other than Africa Freaks Sue. Bottom left side, the red Terran. He is teamless. He is none other than Kiwi and Guest time, thank you for the follow as well as bracket stuff. Antigo Prime Torn 41. Much appreciated, fellas. Hope you're enjoying the StarCraft 2 here, provided by the Alpha X team and the community, and these lovely, you know what, StarCraft 2 players, of course, as well. Guess we wouldn't be able to do this without them. Alright, Overlords moving across the map. Spawning pool here, first from Sue. A little bit reminiscent of that first series we saw, isn't it? The first game. Let's see how reminiscent it's going to be, though. Kiwian is moving his SCV across the map, so we'll get a little bit of an earlier notice that this is coming his way. 4 Zerglings. Is it 4 Zerglings we're sticking to here? That's another thing, of course, we need to keep an eye out for. Should have another larvae here pretty soon. There he is. What's the plan here, Sue? What's the plan here? Okay, an Overlord. Smart move. Probably the best move when you're supply blocked, so. Alright. SCV sees, of course, the links here. Is still sending his Reaper across now that he does know where those links are. At least 2 of them. And we'll escort that SCV back home, so nicely played there, not taking any unnecessary losses. And we'll safeguard that command center. Now, as we said before, this is, of course, now not really allowing Kiwian to see the whatever is happening in Sue's base, right? Whether there's some sort of an attack coming in still. Oh, might decide to... Okay, no, moving back again. Just juking me a little bit there. Making it hard for me to fully realize what is happening. This song is loud, isn't it? Jeez. Oh well. I've heard Wardy talk about it as well, actually. The songs, like, one of them is louder than the other one, so... It's like some of them, they're like... There's no perfect balance at any time. Alright. Things looking relatively normal after the initial spawning pool first, of course. Again, the spawning pool not really able to achieve much here. Third base for Sue as well. There's a Roach Warren on the way. Alright. That's rather early. Not sure if he really wants those just particularly to defend against Hellions. That could be the case, of course. I see it sometimes, but not that often. It could very likely also be, of course, just a big timing attack coming up here. Or at least a little bit of pressure, I would assume. He doesn't have any Overlord. Well, okay, no wait, he does still have one Overlord over here that is pretty well hidden. Might be able to get something done there with Ravagers as well. We'll have to wait and see how much he commits to this. We'll have to wait and see. 6 roaches. Alright, that's a good amount of roaches. Having 3 more larvae here. He made a lot of supply available as well. So it looks like he's just going to be going for a ton of roaches here. 10 roaches already on that production tab. And Kiwian is not really finding too much on this other side of the map here so far. We'll be sending out those Hellions right now to kind of get a clue as to what is happening here. And gonna run headfirst into those roaches. Now realize what is coming his way. Ravages still being built as well. How many Ravages do we have? We have 3 of them. 2 more in production. So 5 Ravages in total. Good amount of roaches as well still remaining. 5 by 5. Oh. I think that's 5 by 6. Or 4 by 6. Good amount of links as well. And what do we have for Kiwian? Is basically 1 siege tank here. I would love to see there's some biles coming down on that, but you know what, it's going to shut down the supply depots first and foremost. Already supply blocking Kiwian quite a bit here. Let's see if this is going to be going down very quickly, and yes it is. Alright, biles on top of those tanks. Overstaying is welcome here a little, I would say, with the second tank there as well. And takes quite a pounding from those siege tanks, but you know it's still blowing up absolutely everything here. And now he's still trying. He's fully committed to this. Honestly, he's sending more links into this location, and he kind of has to, right? He doesn't really have the drone count to do anything else from this position here. Another siege tank has arrived. Biles trying to get rid of those SCVs here, but I mean that siege tank now once again doing just so much work. Look at that. Managed to get like, oh my god, it's still alive as well. The Reaper absolutely breaking the camel's back here. And Sue is going back into droning. Killed off two workers. 2 works in total. 4 works in total. Oof. That's an oof. Definitely not going the way you wanted to. I think he could have done that, well, the overall fight there a little bit cleaner. Taking a couple more siege tank shots, I believe, than he had to. But then again, I mean, it's always hard to kind of make those judgments while you're in the battle itself. But as to when you're actually going to be able to break the siege tanks and stuff like this. 2 medevacs coming in for the drop. Looks like it has been scouted by the Zergling on the watchtower here. Oh my dear lord, that 1 medevac. Come on, Queen! Oh, the one range, man. Such a huge impact. I think that may have actually gone down with the extra range. That was 1 hit removed. That's unfortunate. Anyway, the Marines survive. And we'll be able to pick off a couple of these creep tumors as well. See if he invests in another scan over there. I'm not sure if he has the timing to. Immediately replacing those creep tumors there. And Kiwian moving on out with a good amount of siege tanks there. Good amount of Marines, but you know what? The creep spreading overall, of course, not having been denied that much here by Kiwian. As we saw by a Dream being done in the previous match. So he is kind of forced to put himself onto creep quite heavily here. He is still keeping Sue busy out on his own base as well, on the main base there, but it does seem to be a whole lot easier to break for Sue now because of the creep being here still. And Kiwian decides, you know what, he still has a ton of roaches, a ton of ravages, so might be best for me to kind of move out of here. And you know what, Sue put himself in a pretty good position here. I suppose the upgrades is one thing that has me a little bit worried, but the armory was so late, so +2/+2 for Kiwian, not really taking place quite yet. Also only having the single engineering bay up until this moment. Yeah, this attack here from Sue. Let's see how quickly we'll be able to target down the siege tanks here. Trying to spread out a little bit. I really like that. Avoiding the splash damage from the siege tanks, but look at how much damage those siege tanks are doing. Really needs to get rid of them as quickly as possible. Keep biling them down, and I don't think he's really getting the biles in time there. We'll be able to clean up the marine counts pretty nicely, but once again, not trading out as nicely as he possibly wanted to. Let's take a look at the resources lost tab. Well, yeah, I mean, that's a big difference there in the gas count. Another form of harassment here, moving on by that watchtower. That is once again being spotted. I'm not quite sure if it was actually spotted though, of course that's a whole different story. Doesn't look like there is... Okay, no way, actually he did build a spore crawler there, so... Definitely was fully aware that this was coming his way. He needs to reposition a little bit here. The Queen, ooh, tanking a couple of shots there for the drones as well. I'm not sure if he stayed there on purpose, but it worked out for him. Very nicely done. Liberators gotten rid of. And we're still kind of in a weird stalemate situation here. These roaches not quite being able to break the siege tanks, but the siege tanks, of course, not also going to be able to push forwards against this amount of roaches and ravagers. They need to stay sieged. Alright, you know what? Picking off some marines there, it's always nice. This is just a completely different game than we saw from the other two players here. It's just a lot of fun to see. It's a lot slower, but a lot more methodical, trying to just plan out the later parts of this game. Trying to keep the base secured, both of these players. And this is allowing for a couple of things, right? It's allowing Su to be a little bit more easygoing with having to replenish drones, even though he's investing more in his army, I suppose. It's allowing him to get the creep spread going a lot better. And I guess upgrades are a little bit easier to grab now for these two players as well. Though he may have forgotten about the second upgrade here. Whether it be melee or whether he would want the second ranged upgrade. Another liberator. This has been pulled away. Killing a queen there. One or two drones as well. I mean, yeah, only 4 and 5 workers killed off in total so far. Kiwian, what is he planning to do? Nice repair there. Taking place. Does need to take another base here, I would say. There is already a Zergling. It's not burrowed, so it should be easy to get rid of. Hive tech on the way for Su as well. Still relatively early considering how much he tried to do with the roaches and ravagers and how much really gas and stuff he lost while trying to do that. So nice, really good recovery here from Su, I would say. After his field attack. And that liberator. Not even getting a single shot off. Now, 2-2 is finishing up here for the Red Terran. Ultralisk Cavern also on the way already though. And Kiwian isn't really getting himself much in the way, or shape or form of anti-Ultralisk tech so far. Doesn't really have any Marauder numbers, doesn't have the Liberators that high either, right? Only has the single one, which is using for the offensive, trying to harass here and there. This is a very nice siege stop position though. You need to have a little bit of high ground vision. Should be able to get the biles then from the low ground as well, of course. Not quite going for it, but oh, these banelings sieging fire for quite a bit here. And Kiwian, yeah, I don't think he should have been here. It's a nice siege up position, but there's just so much remaining. Although, you know what, reinforcements come in. Well, maybe I was talking too soon. Hold up. Wait a moment. He is hitting the timing here before the Ultralisk are out, of course, so that is really nice to see. This is going to be enough, though, for him to really break open Su. Might lose this base. No, he's okay. The biles a little bit low with hitting there. Okay, the Liberator does fall now. And yeah, should be able to clean this up. There's the biles on the siege tanks now as well. Does he not see this one? Oh my dear lord, that is a difficult one to see. There we go. Okay, getting some Zerglings there to grant them vision. And Very nice, very nice. Alright, now that is the Ultralisk. Oh, fancy Ultralisk skin. There we go. Man, I love this Ultra skin. It looks so much more intimidating. Honestly. How's that called again? The, I forgot what it's called. The effect where it looks like something is, just not human, quite human. But then it's not cartoony enough, and then it just doesn't look real enough either. So it's like in this uncanny valley. Uncanny valley. I feel like these Ultralisk a little bit in that uncanny valley syndrome thing. Alright, things will start to pick up pretty heavily here, I would imagine. Still not that much in the way, shape, or form of anti-Ultralisk attack. We do have 3 of them available right now. They are behind all the Ravagers though, so it's going to take a while for them to really get into this fight. The Vipers trying their best to keep the siege tanks from shooting. But yeah, I'm a bit surprised honestly that he did go for the Viper attack here. Maybe because of those siege tank numbers, of course, that will help out quite a bit, but the Brood War Ultralisk. Yes, exactly. Anyway. What was this? Yeah, I'm surprised he went for the Vipers here instead of the Infestors. I feel like Infestors, when you do go for the Ultralisk, adds so much value. Because as soon as you manage to land one fungal, your Ultralisk will be able to just do so much damage to the Bioforces. Even if there is a Marauder there, right? They're just not going to be able to kite, which is the way you need to kill Ultralisk efficiently. So losing a couple of workers there, denying the mining there for a good amount of time as well. And holy moly, this income graph has been spiking into Su's favor for quite a while now. And I think this is kind of the moment where we truly see that Su might just be a little bit of a higher class opponent than his opponents, Kiwian. Trying his best to still do some harassment here, but doesn't look like he will be able to escape. Those Medivacs too low HP to really afford to pick up here, so decides to go for the trade. And still, we're not seeing any Marauders. We're not seeing, well, okay, we're seeing Liberators being made 2 at a time. But that's it. That's it. He's also just basically mining off of the 2 bases, and he's not even mining with the gas here. Or here, right? So he's mining off of 2 gas. And that's it. He's got 1 base gas income. Look at that. 300 versus 1,000 gas. That is rather ridiculous. Is attempting to take another base over here, though. Really desperately needs this one, I would say. Getting these Liberators into good positions, that is 1 ticket to victory once more, though, of course. Might be able to kind of remedy the situation, take the overall pressure off his back by forcing Su to be preoccupied at home. And allow him to stabilize on these other 2 bases here. Needs to start mining the gas, though, I would say. Well, it's alright, actually, on the gas count. I suppose that happens when you're mainly making Marines. Alright, there's the Ghost now also being added in. Very much necessary, of course. Overseer, okay, there is 1 Overseer. So we'll be able to pick off those Widow Mines. Another big attack coming in on the top left side. It has been spotted already, of course, because of the watchtower here. Su might make use of this opportunity. Coming in hot right now. The siege tank's already covered with the links. The Ultralisk as well. Nothing really here to do a lot of damage against them. There's no Liberators here. Nothing. And look at the amount that these Ultralisk are getting done right now. That is ridiculous. And GG is called. Yeah, have it. The first game going into Su's favor. Definitely just a completely different late game, as we saw there. Mainly focusing on those Roaches and those Ravagers, but Su just really showcasing how much of a tough opponent he is. How strong he is up there Even against somebody like, you know what? What is his SR? What is Kiwian's SR? Doesn't say. Doesn't say. Anyway. Darn good Terran player. Let's just call him that, alright? We'll be able to beat like 99.5 of the player base without a problem. Then Sue still just being that one notch above him, making it look like that a little bit, you know? We'll have to wait and see if that's going to be happening here at the next game as well. Maybe Kiwian will be able to get himself a little bit sorted. You said 1600 or 61 MMR? Alright. 1600. He'd be bronze. He'd be bronze. I see. Now I understand why he's losing. Alright. Here we go. Bottom left side. The Blue Zerg fighting for the Free Cup Freaks. He is Sue. His opponent, top right. Needs to come up with a clever way to gain victory here, I'd say. He's the red Terran player. He is Kiwian. Kiwian. Alright. Alright. Make that wall a lovely wall. The best wall. Make it the best wall we've ever seen. It's always nice for the Terran to spawn in the top right, of course. Having the attack lab or the reactor on the right side here when you are putting it in the wall. Probably will be a reactor, of course. And by the looks of it, it's going to be a regular build here. What's up, Fuller? Fuller, is that how you say it? I hope it is. Is this the Alpha League? This is the Alpha X 500 DJ Cup, which is our sponsor right now, 500 DJ. For this tournament, it's we started off with a prize pool of 300. Everything on the match arena, of course, is added in as well. Still, we have about $300 worth of codes in total. So make sure to check it out on the match arena page and help us out with those codes. There's also a survey, so if you are from the Americans, well, anywhere from, I think Canadian people might also be able to do it. Anyway, Northern America pretty much, right? There's a survey. If you fill it in, $1.50 will be added to the prize pool as well. You're from Poland? Well, tough luck. Alright. You gotta move. You gotta move. Help us fill out that for that survey. Get stuff sorted out, alright? Support. You're not supporting StarCraft enough, obviously. Anyway. Right, now, not much really is happening here so far, right? The Reaper is about to come in here. We'll see this little dance. I think this is one of the micro battles we've seen the most of. Oh, there we go. Thank you for the follow, Fuller. Picking up the slack, I see, for not living in the United States. Oh, gets the creep tumor there. How does he do that? What a magic little Reaper boy. Sue a bit too eager on getting that one constructed there, and will be able to, well, get punished. Also, Agan him 157 and Castine, and I'm not sure if I think I already said Castine. So thank you guys for the follows. Much appreciated. Hope to see you around more often. More Hellions coming in as well. What is this over here? Is that a starport I see? Oh, yeah, it seems like it. Is that really close to attack lab? Come on, you know you want to. Yes. Alright, nice. Gonna ramp up that aggression here. Looks like it will be Banshee play. Oh, hold up. Banshee play followed up with a fusion core. Very cool. Very cool. Alright, so I would be surprised if he goes for the for the cloak upgrade here as well. I would imagine he would go for just a single Banshee, maybe yeah, maybe two. No, just one, right? And then go straight into the battle cruiser. Kind of gives the idea that it will be Banshee, and then immediately a battle cruiser just hops on in. Should be pretty darn amazing, and has a lot of potential. Of course, you don't over prepare that much against the Banshees as much as you do against the battle cruiser. You just need to be a lot more in position with your queens. Can't be spread out with the queens either. Against the Banshee you can, but that means versus a battle cruiser it will be able to just pick them off one by one if they're not clumped up. Could very quickly start to steamroll into well, snowball. How was it called again? I think it's snowball, right? I don't know why I forgot this. What's a steamroll anyway? What is a steamroll? Does anyone know what a steamroll is? Like a literal steamroll? I don't know. Can't have a roll of steam, can you? I don't think so. I don't think that's the thing. Anyway. Enough of that. In come the Hellions, trying to get some damage done here. The queens, of course, still a little bit... Well, they are clumped up, which is nice. Did Su get the scout so far? Yes, he did. There we go. The overseer getting the information right now. The Banshee not being able to achieve much either, just quite yet. One kill in total so far. Now was the Hellions, of course, here getting that one single drone. Yeah, Su just absolutely stellar defense so far. Not taking pretty much any losses, right? Very insignificant losses anyway, if you could call them losses. Okay, well. Please stop. Please stop doing this. Stop making me be wrong about my talking points. Stop it. No, don't do it. Jeez Louise, 13 workers immediately go down there. Still a battle cruiser as well. The battle cruiser will die off though, but I mean, this Banshee is still going strong. Look at that. 10. He's going to go up to 11 here, I would assume. Maybe a couple more even if those drones on the gas stay there. Jeez Louise, 12 kills on this one Banshee that was already scouted. That is ridiculous. That is not supposed to happen here, and he's not done quite yet. We'll be able to pick off another couple here. Oh, just a bit of miss micro there, shooting the drone in the gas geyser. That's unfortunate. Su immediately going across the map here with a small patch of Mutalisk, trying to return the favor here. But that's going to be a rough one to make work with this amount of Mutalisk. And there's already missile turrets absolutely everywhere. Kiwian doing a good job there, keeping everything secured. Oh, more Hellions once again coming in hot right now. One more shot there. There we go. The drone's being pulled now as well, trying to fight them off, but 9 more workers go down in flames. I think that was a little bit less worth, but still pretty darn good, of course. Putting Su down once again on the worker count here. How many workers in total have been killed off? 29. That is definitely respectable. That's definitely respectable. Going into mech as well behind this. Looks like the Thor battle cruiser Hellion mech. That, you know what, as we absolutely love and know. Man, oh man. Alright, Kiwian, yeah, he's putting himself in a good spot here, right? If he doesn't win this game, I think he's gonna have a rough time in the overall group here. Might have a rough time in the overall group anyway, but I mean, in particularly, if he doesn't win this game right here, that's not a good sign for him for today. Maybe he's just not feeling it. Maybe he's just having a little bit of difficulty with things. It's hard to say. He's got the 4 Widow Mines. Actually, he's got 8 Widow Mines. With 8 Widow Mines, I wouldn't mind seeing drilling class being researched as well. Just so it makes it easier for him to reposition them. And then, he doesn't have it, right? No, he doesn't. Yeah, just reposition them and get them in a location where the Mutalists don't really expect it, right? Coming in again. But once more, I think it was game number 1 as well between these guys. Or the previous game. I mean, Kiwian didn't really do damage, but he did manage to hold off the attack of Su very nicely. Su felt like he was behind. And ultimately, Su just got himself back in the game, right? He had a massive economy. He had stuff to do, some work with, right? The Ravagers continuously applying pressure, not losing the Ravagers. And he brought himself back into this game. And I'm a little bit worried that we might be seeing something similar happening here. The bases for Su are going up very, very quickly, right? He's already going up to his 5th base right here. That is already mining this 4th base as well, with the rich Vespasian gas is mining as well. Hellion Arrest, yeah, that's a good one, but I mean, it gets picked up immediately. Only getting 2 drones there, definitely not worth it. And the battlecruiser here as well, still in a precarious situation. Let's hope that we'll be able to do some damage here, but already we see the Mutalisk. I think he already knows what this battlecruiser is up to. Now he definitely knows, so those Mutalisk will be coming on over to try and deal with this. He's getting Yamato Cannon as well, but okay, he does have a second battlecruiser. Where is the second battle? Okay, well, that's the one. Teleporting very far away from the rest of his forces here. Gonna take a while before he gets into repair range. Right, well, Kiwian taking his 4th base in the bottom right side. We have another base being taken by Su, though. He's just absolutely everywhere. His mech supply right now, he is getting himself hive tech, the upgrades, everything he needs. And I'm getting more and more worried. I've been saying this already a couple of times, but it's not getting less worrisome for me. Yeah, Kiwian did a marvelous job, but in the early games, he's doing a very good job getting himself ahead, but then just doesn't have really the possibility to push himself through and really get the victory. Is what it seems that is what he's really struggling with. Just maintaining an advantage he achieved in the early parts of the game. Again, a Hellion run by, but again, I mean, 3 workers. I don't think that was as many Hellions, but yeah. Let's put this in perspective, right? He's playing mech versus a well, mainly circling Mutalisk and then also Roach's Ravagers army, and he's behind on units lost. He's behind by quite a bit, actually, right? About 1,500 minerals extra lost there by Kiwian. And it doesn't look like it's going to get any easier for him either. Oh dear lord, the Hellbat's transforming right now, but all the Banelings are rolling in. And that's a lot of SCVs once again getting destroyed here. 2 battlecruisers trying to do some sort of counter-aggression, but the Mutalisk, are they in high enough number here? I think they are. So the battlecruisers, you know what, they are trading nicely here though. That is one thing we do have to mention. That those Mutalisks are dying off rather quickly. But then again, I mean, I think Su is perfectly fine with losing these. He would very much appreciate the Corruptors now a bit more so rather than the Mutalisk, I would say. Could have jumped out there as well. He did have it available. Not using the instant transmission. The Goku battlecruiser forgetting his ultimate ability, teleportation. And yes, Su, I mean, his bank is just absolutely terrifying. His tech tree is coming very close to completion here. I'm surprised that he hasn't gotten the Carapace upgrade just quite yet, so that's that's one thing, I suppose. But he has all the other upgrades going for him. He's got the base count, he's got the worker count, he's got pretty much whatever the hell he would desire. Yeah, he's shooting the Spine Crawler here as well. Okay, does get in a better position there. Battlecruisers here as well, managing to do a bit of damage. Now the Corruptors though coming to play. It's very cool to see as well. Su staying on the low amount of Corruptors. He realizes that his opponent's not taking that many Not making that many battle cruisers, so staying on a lower count of corruptors as well. Maybe you could use a couple more. And that fight right here, actually, I don't think he should have taken that fight. Although it did allow him to transition into some other tech, right? He just lost some of the Roach's Ravagers and now will be able to make Ultralisk and more Broodlord, Corruptors. Yeah, Broodlords. Broodlord babies. Baby Broodlords. The Corruptors. I don't know actually. Would Corruptors be the baby Broodlords, or would the Swarmlings be the Broodlord babies? I don't know. The Broodlings, right? Not Swarmlings. What am I saying? It's something completely different. Probably out of the campaign or something like that. Pretty sure they have every type of ling, right? Any words you could just put in front, they'll be like, yeah, it's a Zerg like that. Darklings. Hydralings. Anything. Banelings, right? It's list keeps going. Anyway, the army of Kiwian is a scary one now, though. I mean, it's very, very difficult to break open a meching Terran player. Now, it kind of comes down to the overall control, of course, of Su. Broodlord's not going to be that great against this. The Ultralisk are going to have a rough time running into the Thors as well. And with this amount of siege tanks and still some Hellions as well, right? So Hellbats with the blue flame. It's not like you can just make a ton of links to kill off the Thors either. It's a rough one. It's definitely a rough one here. But, I mean, Su going about it very methodically. Is trying to find the entrances where there's not that much resistance. Close up this wall right now and he's going to attempt to get in here. There's a lot of SCVs now trying to move past there. So just in the nick of time, getting the heck out of there. That could have been a lot worse timing-wise, but goes okay. Battlecruisers coming in now as well. I mean, Su, he's cleaning up supply depots here, but he's not really supply blocking QE, and he's not really killing off good units here. He's not killing off SCVs, not doing much of anything, unfortunately. And now donating another big cluster of units, and the resources lost tab there we can see clearly now starting to go into the favor of Kiwian. Doing a very good job. Gonna kill off this base as well. That's a cheeky base to take. I guess Su realizes that he needs to just take as many bases as possible and try to mine out the map, because this is going to be a battle where it's going to be impossible for the Zerg to trade out favorably, economically speaking. So he needs to make use of the slowness of the army of Kiwi in here, and then either go in for counterattacks and keep taking bases elsewhere. But you know what? Looks like he might be going in to attack this once more. The battlecruisers are low HP. A lot of the Thors as well. Not that much repairing did go on here. Although it looks like Su not really feeling it so far. Not going to go for this. Will try to just safeguard the middle left base here. Instead, going to let this base go down. And very likely that he will go for a counterattack as well. No, okay, we'll move backwards to this location over here. The battlecruisers have been fully repaired, the Thors as well, so that opportunity is no longer available here. But now, you know what, Su is still going in. Alright, let's see if this is going to be working out. There's a tight little squeeze there on that ramp. The great blinding clouds, though, doing a lot of work. The battlecruisers were too far away, only now teleporting in, and that is a great cleanup there from Su. We'll be able to get rid of most of that mech army now. Finally, being able to take a great trade there with just an insane amount of Ultralisk. And there is Infestus as well on the way. I think, you know what, Su was able to do it with just overall his bank and being able to mine so much more than his opponents. Taking a couple of bad fights to get rid of his worst supply. And now it's, yeah, I think it's just a numbers game, guys. I mean, it would be a rough one for Su if he does manage to lose in this position here. About 10k minerals in the bank, 5k gas as well. versus a non-maxed supply Kiwian, who only has about 800 minerals. And yeah, he has an alright amount of gas, but I mean, this is rough. There's also a plan B coming up for Su, just in case, making that Great Aspire. And if he does have to transition, then that's going to be absolutely horrendous as well for Kiwian, of course. Already behind, having to transition against something to... Oh my god, the Infestors, great fungals there. The Battle Mech absolutely denied of any type of damage being dealt there. Very well done. But anyway, yeah, Kiwian, he just won't have anything to transition with, right? How are you going to move towards from a anti-Ultralisk attack to a Broodlord anti-attack when you're this far behind economically and you just don't have money? Does manage to pick off a base here, though. That is very cool to see. Still making some moves, but in the end, I mean, it's just still a little bit terrifying here. Su purposely keeping a lot of his supply kind of open right now. In case you were wondering, he is going to be making a lot of Broodlords right now with those Corruptors, and he's waiting for the Great Aspire, which is why he's not spending that money to remax right now. And there we go. 9 Broodlords on the way, perfectly figuring out how much supply he needs for that one. Coming in on the top left as well. One Battlecruiser comes in. I think that was just going to get neural parasited. That's exactly what happens. He frees himself immediately though, but instantly gets re-neuraled. And this is a rough one. Su once again dealing immense amounts of damage. And the army of Kiwian just not there in this moment in time. And now the right side completely open for these 9 Broodlords to take advantage of. Let's see how well they will be able to do. I think we're reaching the point of Kiwian might just start moving across the map here, trying to break his opponent, trying to do something here to make a comeback happen, because there's just not much else he can do, right? And mining has been denied from him for quite a bit now. There's no mining here, there's no mining here, nothing there, nothing there. He has 1 base mining right now and it doesn't have gas. He has no gas income. He's going to attempt to keep mining from this new base that he's just been able to retake. Trying to reclaim the top left as well, but jeez Louise. Su just relentless here with the creep spread, with his army movements. Being absolutely everywhere where Kiwian is not prepared for this. Oh, the Banelings with the fungal combining greatly there as well. Once again, being able to do very well against the Battle Mech. And now, I mean, once again, the overall units lost tab in favor for Su. Overall, even when he does have the bigger bank, even when he does have the better economy, that just kind of means that this is never going to work out the way that Kiwian needs it to. Army here for Su. Looks like it might get beaten backwards once more, but I mean, Su's just going to be able to instantly remax. Yeah, even the Lynx coming in right now. There's nothing to defend against that. Hellions trying to be created here. They're still a little bit further away. The Thors do manage to break those apart again, but jeez Louise, man, those Blind Clouds making it very difficult as well. And there it is. GG is called. Su takes the series 2-0. Right, that means we will have 2 mirror matchups here. 2 Zergs fighting against one another, and 2 Terrans afterwards, of course. Zeus asking where Scarlet is. Scarlet unfortunately couldn't make it, so we had to replace her with Su. Same goes for Time. We were planning to have Scarlet versus Time. Would have been pretty cool, but you know what? We have Su versus Kiwian instead. And now, you know what that means? We'll have Su versus Solar in the winners match. Which is pretty darn cool as well, I'd say. I mean, seeing 2 Zergs play against each other. Su and Solar, probably a very good bet to make that epic. If you are looking for a great ZVZ, then those players probably on the top of my list. Maybe DRG as well. Dark. I think that, yeah, that's about it right now. I'm tempted to say Rogue, but I don't know at the moment. I think I'd rather see DRG than Rogue, or Sue, or Solar. But maybe that's just me. That could be the case. Anyway, regardless of all of that, guys, let me remind you that we wouldn't be here without your support, first and foremost on those Mecherino pages, but also we wouldn't be here without the support of our sponsors. And our sponsors are very good to us. One of us being G Fuel. G Fuel is the official drink of esports. If you're, well, not drinking G Fuel, it's probably not worth drinking it at all, because nothing like G Fuel will ramp up your energy from 0 to 100 real quick. It sharpens your focus so that you can keep your eye on the prize. It increases your endurance because, as we all know, gaming is a marathon, not a sprint. And lastly, G Fuel hydrates you so that you only have to thirst for victory. Ah, man, don't you hate it when you're not thirsting for victory, but instead you're thirsting for, I don't know, something liquid? Ah, it's ridiculous. Anyway, G Fuel, the official drink of esports. Stay hydrated, my friends. Alright. That's done. That's gone. And yeah, then of course the Mecherino page, guys. If you want to help us out there, very much appreciate it. The code is AX500DJ, so go check us out over there. Solo won against Dream. Yes, he did. I really didn't think it was going to be possible anymore after seeing that first game. That was ridiculous. Dream was playing out of his mind, but it was mainly that late game where he really shined. He showed a lot of great late game. That's what I'm trying to say. The mid / the early game, not quite being enough there, unfortunately. You'd have to, as you saying, I would have played Alpha. I would have even forfeited DreamHack. Alright. Alright. I think DreamHack's still a little bit more prize money there, probably. I appreciate it, but you know, afterwards she would still also have to go through the second group stage, of course, as well, where there's a lot of strong players watching, of course. Let me kind of show you guys what this entire tournament is, right? What kind of caliber of player we are having over here. I mean, today's group really isn't an anomaly. We have Cure and Armani going through from Group A. They've beaten Hurricane and Zest. Group B, Innovation and Ragnarok beating Zaun and Nice. Group C, Stats and Patience beating Rogue and Special. And those are the players already available in Group A and B. They're going to be joined by either Solar or Sue. And then, well, one of the other guys. So we'll have to wait and see. Remember, if you want to have the replays of this... Oh, well, let me actually... Okay, no, I am here. Very nice. Okay, so if you want to have the replays of all of this, go check out the Mecherino page. You will be able to get it right over here. $10. Not this one, of course. This is a nice one, too, the Cast a Tip jar, but it's not where you're going to get replays from. $10, and there you go. The replays are going to be yours. And also, of course, if you help out with the code over here, 50 cents will be added to the prize pool. If you live in the Northern American places, then you can do a survey as well, a quick survey, and $1.50 as well will be added to that prize pool. I mean, if we all do that, imagine the amount of money that we're going to be getting here extra for these players to give away. And more money for the StarCraft 2 scene is always it's always a good thing for me, I'd say, right? You just cancelled one of those things. You cancelled a drone there. Sue cancelling a drone in order to get that spawning pool instead. He's going for a pool first. He changed his mind. All right. In the bottom left side. Oh, Uzi Koti. Thank you for the Is that a raid or is it a host? I see it's a host. Much appreciated, my man. 24 peeps. welcome to the show. We're watching Solar vs. Sue right now. Afterwards, we'll be going up with Dream versus Kiwian. Alright, anyway, in the bottom left side, we have the red Zerg going spawning pool first. Up to the extent that he even cancelled his drone. He was like, no, I am committed to this. I'm doing it. I'm going for it. He is none other than a Freaka Freaks Sue. Bottom right side, we have ourselves a blue Zerg fighting for Cosmos Esports. He is Solar. Alright. Hatchery coming on up there for Solar. But, unbeknownst to him, there's a little entendre of Lynx on the way. Coming on over, ready to nibble on his little hatchery toes. That's how they kill them, right? These are the hatchery toes. I think they are. Anyway, imagine these actually being toes instead of like these spikes. You would just have like a couple of toes coming out of this thing. That'd be funny. Anyway. Yeah, this is a bit of trouble here. All the drones are being pulled, trying to safeguard this hatchery. Solar really attempting to keep this safe, but so far it's a little bit difficult. Getting a good surround there on a single drone. Looking to now target down the links in between the drones here. Ooh, Solar actually pulling away the drones a little bit too quickly. Didn't have the Zerglings there to really facilitate that play, and now he's going to get punished quite heavily. It looks like losing more drones than he had bargained for. A little bit too quick with pulling those away. And 7 drones go down there. Now, was that enough? I think it was. Looking at the overall supply here, 13 workers versus 18. Sue getting himself in a great position there with the initial wave of links. And he went back into droning himself here. So very well done. Slight error of judgment there from Solar. And that is what happens. It's a very volatile matchup. It's a very volatile game overall. I don't know, sometimes people say it's a very volatile matchup, but I mean, StarCraft 2, Jesus, man, it's a volatile game. It just doesn't know when to quit. Alright? I mean, some small movements, they seem insignificant, but then, like, ultimately, it could make or break the entire game for you. Stuff like just moving away with your drones, like, 1 or 2 attacks before it should have. And then suddenly you lose those Zerglings so much quicker because it's all on a curve, right? It's exponential growth, but then exponential killing power. So it's rough. It's rough, those types of things. It happens very quickly. It happened to turn out into Sue's favor this time around. Layer attack very quickly on the way here for Sue as well. On the 2 base, looking like he might go for the Mutalisk play here. I would assume. Roach Warren also on the way though, so might actually be just for the Roach speed. We'll have to wait and see. Although the Roach is at the front here, the Roach Warren could also, of course, just be a little bit of a thing to showcase Solar being like, you know what, everything is normal. But no, he's also getting himself the ranged upgrades. And we'll be going for the quick 2 base Roaches with the lay attack for the speed. We'll have to wait and see if he plans to go for the aggression there. Also a Roach Warren now for Solar on the way, but of course it's going to have the overall speed much later. The speed upgrade absolutely massive in ZVZ. Does this Link still not have speed actually? He still doesn't have Link speed, does he? Am I going crazy? He still doesn't have Link speed. So just not going for it at all. Just going for the quicker Roaches. Yeah. I mean, that's a cool thing to do as well. Of course, the Roaches allow you with the speed to decide when and where you will have a battle, right? You can not only force an engagement if you're close enough to the enemy Roaches, but also you can deny an engagement, right? You can be like, alright, I'm out of here, and then you can get the heck out of dodge and move your Roaches back to safety, which is one hell of an advantage to have. Lugonis, what's up, my man? How you doing? Welcome to the stream once again. Actually, is it once again? I feel like it's once again. I could be wrong on that, but who knows? Alright, so both these players actually right now making a ton of roaches. We already have, of course, the gold minerals now kind of kicking in here for Solar. Definitely gonna help him out here with a potential defense, if that is going to be the case. I mean, if you still have more units, it doesn't matter too much that the roaches of your opponent are quicker. You're still going to be able to safeguard this third base, and you're still going to be able to do all right in the overall game here. And it looks like Su is not even going to be attempting to do this right here. Another thing to note, of course, is that these Ling run-bys that we're seeing from Solar are so much stronger right now because there's no Ling speed for Su. He's going to have to defend against this with the roaches that are so much slower than other Lings. It's just a little bit difficult to really catch up to those guys. Alright, now the upgrade difference is closing in on Su here. The +1 is now available for both these players. It is just mainly the roach speed that is in his favor right now, which makes me a bit bummed out that he didn't try to do some stuff here with those roaches, because you can always just move away, as I said, right? It's always a possibility, but I guess, well, if there's a lot of Lings with speed for Solar, then you might still get surrounded, of course, and that could still be a problem, but I mean, there's not that many Lings available. Anyway, alright, in we go. That is a big fight right here. I think Su should be able to take this one. Does have the numbers here, especially with the amount of roaches that are still coming across the map. The army supply looked quite similar, but most of it was already available there for Su. And Solar now realizing, you know what, I just made the worst move I could have made, and taps on out of there. That was a quick quick loss all of a sudden. Partly there why he had to tap out, of course, was also, once again, the roach speed. He knew that he had no chance of moving backwards there. If he was about to turn around and move backwards, he would lose even more roaches on the retreat, and he may have lost just absolutely everything. So he had to stay there, he had to fight. He was losing the fight, he was losing it decisively, and Su takes it because of that. So well played by him, and we're going up to game number 2, and it's interesting to see whether if Su's gonna go for this same strategy here on a map as big as Ice and Chrome, right? Might not be where you expect it because of the size of this map, but maybe that is why it's the best thing for this map, right? We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. It's still a surprise for us. I'm certain. Trying to combine sure and certain. Sure. Sir. Becomes sir suddenly. Interesting, isn't it? I'm sure that... Oh, Solar was the Terran. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. Not the way he wants to play this one. Alright. We'll give it another go. We'll give it another whammy here. Maybe this is a good time. Let me see if I can click this add button again to avoid other things. Ah, there we go. Alright, nice. Nice! Making sure that people coming in don't have the ads, and of course there's not suddenly an ad in between the game. Alright. Moving on through. Ice and Chrome. Something in my eyes there. I don't know. Now that first game didn't really tell us much, right? In the skill difference between these two players. I think that both of them, in a way, kind of realized that as well, which is why probably Solar wasn't too bummed out about just tapping out on that one, just being like, alright, let me just go to the next one. I was behind right off the bat because of the spawning pool first here. Lost more drones than he had to in that situation. And that overall is just a really tough time to play against. And yeah, taps on out of there. Because of that, we'll be looking into another game here. Maybe he'll be able to do something similar himself like that this time around, and return the favor to Su and get him caught out by surprise. Alright, here we go, guys. Game number 2 On the way. It's hot and ready. In the top right side, we have ourselves a blue Zerg player fighting for the Afrika Freaks. He is Sue. And in the bottom left side, Cosmos Esports. What's it, Cosmos Gaming? No, it's Cosmos Esports. Yes, the red Zerg right here. Yes, Solar. Alright, we're both just seeing, well, for both these players, we're seeing the drones on the production tab. Nothing else, right? Nothing crazy so far. Waiting for that to take place, of course, though. It could, of course, always suddenly happen. Just a big flood of links off of the 2 base. Very likely scenario. Happens quite often on the Korean ladder. Happens quite often in the Korean ZVZs in particular. Maybe with a fancy little baneling nest as well. So far, though, both of them doing the standard play. And Unknown, what is up, my man? How you doing? Good afternoon to you as well. Congrats for Ragnarok advancing. That is very cool to see, isn't it? Thank you, thank you. Yeah, Sound, unfortunately, we were a little bit bummed out because of that, but you know what? The good thing was, in that match, we were certain to at least have one person of the Alpha X team move onwards. So that was very, well, very fortunate for us. It's like, well, one of these guys is going to have to be disappointed, but the other one, alright, and it was a little bit tricky for us as well, though. We're not that used to having the high-level Zergs on our team taking it, except for Starkiller, but that's usually not that much with plays on the caliber of Zaun and stuff, you know. No offense, Starkiller, very great player. But if he's not going to be winning a pizza, it seems like for some reason his powers kind of subside there now and again. He would still absolutely tear me a new one, though, of course. Had a long walk for right now. 2 hours. A 2-hour walk. That is quite something. Alright, both of these players going for the 3rd bases. Nothing out of the ordinary just quite yet. Well, I say out of the ordinary, but I mean, there not being a mess of links just already marching across the map somewhere is a little bit out of the ordinary. Mainly we're seeing the drone still being created, right? Slow and steady wins the race. Except for when you're in a fire. That is when you need to run. You need to run for your life. Normally you start links at 36 supply. More links, that is. Yeah. If they manage to pass by that point right here. Oh, well. Oh, hold the phone. 6 links right there. Let's see if that's going to be something here. More links. Come on. You know you want to. Couple of banes and back to the drones again. Alright. So yeah, both these players looking to open up the late game here. You know what? Late game ZVZ, very interesting to see, of course. A lot of places you can take it. You can go with the Spy attack. You can go with the Hydras to eventually get yourself the Lurkers. There you do see sometimes the Ultralisk as well, of course, being a thing in the matchup. Oh, nice. Attempting to catch those links there with the Baneling. Very nicely done. Zoning them out for a long time. So we'll be able to clean up 2 queens here. Well done indeed. Oh. Ooh, just allow that link to slip out as well still. Now on the counter-offensive immediately. After losing those 2 queens, you shouldn't have that much production behind this, of course. So definitely slowing that down here. But does he have enough really to get Sue into a bad situation? I mean, the Banelings is such a great tool against the Zerglings, of course, that this is always going to be difficult to really engage. You need to take your time. You need to do it methodically, or else it can just absolutely backslide into, well, a scenario which you really would like to avoid. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now. So Solar just going to move backwards here, not taking the risk so far. And roaches are on the menu right now for both these players. It looks like going to do the transitioning. Layer attack already available here for Sue. So a little bit earlier with that one. Also throwing down the Spire right now. Needs to start mining off the gas of these of the third base if he wants to transition into the Mutalisk. Same for Solar here actually. What is he planning to do? He does have the layer attack right now. Is he going to go for the Roach Speed? Is he going to go for a Spire as well? Right, Roach Speed it is. We're seeing the same for Sue though. Not quite a commitment just yet. Solo will be moving in here to see the... Where is... Oh, no, wait. The Spire's in the third base. So the Overseer is going to take a while. Oh, no, wait. The second Overseer comes in and sees it. Alright. So now is aware what is happening here. Throws down the Spore Crawlers. And there's two things you can do right now as Solar, right? You can throw down your own Spire and decide, like, alright, I might just be able to go for Corruptors. And or try to catch up with the Mutalisk. Another thing he could do, of course, is throw down a Hydra Den, get himself an Infestation Pit, something like that. Or just the Infestation Pit and a ton of Spore Crawlers as well. Does alright for him. Another thing you can do is, of course, just make a ton of Roaches and move across the map as your opponent is trying to get a good amount of Mutalisk. Mutalisk, very expensive, and they take... It's not even ages. It's actually millennia to kill a Roach with a Mutalisk. It is about as long as you can have with any units killing any other units, right? It's about the same as a worker trying to kill an Ultralisk, right? But then imagine the Ultralisk not being able to hit the worker for some reason. I know it's a hard one to imagine, but just try, alright? Let that imagination fly loose. Anyway. The Mutalisk coming in right now. First attempted run by here with those muds. We'll need to watch out for the Spore Crawlers. Just waking up now from their cocoons. Just a small bit of damage so far being achieved. There's not many Spore Crawlers in this fourth base just yet though. So I think that's where some real damage is going to be found. And there we go. That's a good amount of workers being picked off now by Sue. The response for Solar so far, I'm not quite sure if I'm liking it too much. He's still being very passive with those Roaches. I would have imagined the Roaches just immediately jumping on the opportunity to move across the map here, but I guess, you know what, Sue's still having a very tough amount of Roaches anyway himself as well, so even that probably wouldn't have worked out too much. He only went up to like 6 Mutalisk anyway, right? So very careful with this Mutalisk composition. And now moving on in as well. Kind of got a glimpse of the overall Roach count. And Sue, oh my dear lord. Is this man an actual man? Because he's looking quite terrifying in this ZVC matchup right now. I mean, Solar's not a bad player. He's a really tough player, but it looks like Sue just completely out-macroed him here. And even with the Mutalisk still having so many more Roaches, very well played. Sue takes the series 2-0 here. And that means we're going into the loser match now with that behind us. And the loser match will be Dream versus Kiwian. The Kiwian. Well played there by Sue. He is he's doing very strongly right now. Alright, so that means Sue will be the first person to advance. That's number 1, right? Number 2, we could very likely be having a rematch between Solar and Dream. If you guys missed the first best of 3 between those two, especially game number 1, my dear lord, I'm still a little bit sore from just shouting at how much awesomeness was going on there. Very much hoping that we'll be able to get to see that again here. And yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed overall to have that happen. Don't forget to stay hydrated. That's right. You know what we could do, actually? We could do another shout out, of course, for one of our sponsors. Let me quickly run the ads as well. Alright. So, I'm going to talk to you about not something to stay hydrated for, but it is something you need to keep an eye out for, because it is something that you could benefit from quite a bit. And I'm talking about Lenovo. They are currently supporting the Legion gaming community, which is a central hub for official Legion content and rewards. You can check out gaming.lenovo.com, where you can watch streams, videos from pros, earn special prizes through quests, and connect with other members of the Legion community. Make sure to click on Lenovo's sponsor quest at our Matcherino event page to learn more about their Legion gaming community. And thank you to our friends at Lenovo for supporting the esports scene overall, right? In particular, the StarCraft 2 scene. Supporting that is always really cool to see. So go check them out, guys, while, you know what, potentially winning some stuff as well, to earn special prizes through those quests, and also learning a ton about esports overall by watching the streams and the videos from the pros over a plethora of different games. Alright. That's a word, right? Plethrum? Plethrum? I think so. I think that's a word. I don't know. Especially if you want to talk much. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Probably should grab myself a drink. Yep. There we go. I lost my head. Oh no. I'm cut off there. I don't exist anymore there. Alright, anyway. Kiwian versus Dream. I'm not sure. Does anyone have any inclination as to what will happen here? I can sip regularly. I don't think so. Oh, wait, you can. Alright, yeah, the 1.5 liter bottles. Yeah. I have this. It's 2 liters. You think Dream will win 2-0, 2-1, close games? Alright, alright. I mean, Dream looked mental earlier. Absolutely nuts. Especially in the late game. And I think if he can get himself into the late game against Kiwian as well, I'm feeling it for him. I really am. Still gonna be rough, but overall I am expecting quite a good amount of stuff from him. We'll have to wait and see though if that's going to be the case. Alright, game number 1 for them will be taking place on Death Aura, the first map. Speed zones in the middle. In TVT, I'm interested to consider if that's going to be a big impact here. How would you make use of the speed zones in TVT? The thing about the speed zones usually is that, in my opinion, people don't really make that much use of them, right? Sometimes you have some chasing going on there, but you don't really have real engagements in that location because there's not much of value around that vicinity. So, yeah. Still need to see that, at least myself. I still need to see a game where, like, a fight is decided because somebody made good use of those speed zones. It's very difficult to do. I mean, maybe even because of the speed zones, you might be able to set up siege tanks behind them. And then it might take you a little bit longer so that the Marines are going to move in further into the siege tank line of fire or something like that, right? I don't even know. But then again, they move away as quicker as well. So are you going to get more shots? I don't think so. Huh. Huh. I think it's mostly just useful for like zerglings and stuff like that, right? Anyway, we'll have to wait and see. My prediction here is going to be, I think Dream might 2-0 Kiwi in here. I think that might happen. That's my prediction. I think Dream is just an absolute beast right now. Kiwian, he's pretty good, but I don't think he's really up to snuff to be taking down Dream here, but I would be happy to be wrong. All right. To be fair, we saw Kiwian versus Sue as well, so that was Sue did seem to be in just a tremendous state right now. Anyway, in the bottom right side, we have the red Terran player fighting for Bravestar Gaming. He is a Dream. The military man. Well, the ex-military man. In the top left side, we have the blue Terran fighting for no team, actually, right now. He is teamless, so any team out there that do want to pick up a strong Korean Terran player, well, this could be your guy. And maybe after seeing these games right here, you're going to be like, you know what, he's pretty darn good. Alright, anyway, he is Kiwian. Kiwian. You know what I would like, actually, with these types of names? You know what, I'm never quite sure how to pronounce it. I hear other people pronouncing it different ways as well. What if you could just, like, press a button next to the name to have, like, a sound file added in as well that the players had to put in there so they could do their own pronunciation of their own name? And then you wouldn't just have to say it. You would just be like, alright, this player, bloop, and you'd press it, and then you would hear them pronouncing their own name. Lugonis, what's up again? How you doing? Ooh. Factory far away here. Single gas from Kiwian. Going for the quicker command center. It's going to come down to Dream trying to apply the pressure on the other side of the map, or else he's just going to be behind, economically speaking, here. I'm liking the decisions from both players, though. Dream, probably the more solid player overall, so he's playing the safe game here. Doesn't want to die to some sort of a cheese. On the other side, Kiwian, playing the more greedy play, right? So trying to get the initiative here by being a little bit ahead, economically speaking. Oh, loses the Reap. That's a big deal, actually. Those early units in the TVT matchup, very, very crucial. Especially for Dream right now. It needs to do that damage, of course, to kind of equal things out here a little bit. Also, a starport on the other side here for Kiwian. He's looking to potentially get himself a very quick Liberator there, I would imagine. He's also making Hellions, though. So he might be going for a Medevac drop. That is another possibility here, but I would imagine it's going to be a Liberator. Could also be Banshee. Could be, but Banshee not that common in the TVT, since the Cyclone and the Raven are such common units to get. Oh my god, are you joking me? Alright, I was wrong. I was wrong, and I'm very happy to be wrong about this. Alright, there's a fusion core on the way. A second starport as well. Oh, we're just going to see double battlecruiser being proxied here by Kiwian. Okay, guys, we need to stop. Kiwian. I've heard two people give me different pronunciations when I started off with my own pronunciation. And now we have had 3 different pronunciations. I'm just calling... You know what? I'm done. I'm gonna call him Ian. Ian doing a good job here with his tactic. A very cool thing. Doing a wonderful thing. Ian needs to start that second battlecruiser, of course, though. The Reaper here not really getting the scout that he wants to. Dream in the dark so far. That's a fun thing to say, dream in the dark. That's usually where you dream, right? Anyway, yeah, 2 battlecruisers. That's going to be one hell of a party here. We have the 2 Ravens available. One of them already on the offensive here. Okay, he sees the fusion core. So I'm hoping he's just going to send that backwards now. Might not be a good reason. You know what? Still though, 2 battle cruisers just popping in right here when you might be expecting just a single one. Could still be incredibly strong. Could be very strong still. Alright, how many Cyclones do we have? We have 3 Cyclones, 1 Raven. Interference Matrix, of course, is a big deal. Oh, being supply blocked here. Ian, what you doing, buddy? Oh, no. That's going to be a long supply block right here. Okay, no, never mind. He's not long as supply blocked. I thought... Oh, okay. He fixed it. It's no problem anymore. Coming in right now, those 2 battle cruisers. How many interference matrices do we have? We have about almost 3 of them. Almost a 4th as well going to be available here. I'm not quite sure if these battle cruisers are going to be working out. It looks like Dream has just been able to get a good, reasonable counter. Is having the mag field accelerators now as well. Coming in hot. We'll be able to shut this down relatively easily, I'd say. And oh my dear lord. Oh, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. Losing 2 battle cruisers for 3 SCVs and a little bit of damage on our refinery here. That is rough. Even getting the Yamato cannon right now. He's making 2 more battle cruisers here, but I mean, ouch, ouch. There's 4 Ravens now. We'll be having more interference matrices here as need arises. And however cool this this overall little tactic is, that it doesn't look like it will be working out. Although, you know what? Dream is moving out on the map here. Let's see the units lost tab for just the... Alright, well, that's funny, isn't it? Okay, well, in comes the army of Dream here. There's still a lot of Hellions, so they trade alright, but the auto turret's definitely turning this into the favor of Dream. 2 more battle cruisers coming in. The energy on this on the Ravens is absolutely gone now, so maybe the battle cruisers will be able to do something as well for the defense. They're doing pretty good on the offense now. Need to have those Yamato cannons. There we go. Ooh, hits the factory instead. A bit of a misclick there, I would assume. And these Cyclones, they are doing so much as well. This is turning out to be one weird game in total. Okay, does manage to get that one secured. Another Cyclone already available though. Battle Cruiser jumps right on top here. It's gonna... Ooh, misses the look on there for the final shot. It's gonna cost him a lot more SCVs than he had to. Okay, nice Yamato on the low HP Cyclone there. Loses 1 battle cruiser, loses the other one. The other one, the final one here, will be killed off pretty soon as well. It gets replaced by another battle cruiser that TP's in, but GG is called. All right, that's just unfortunate, guys. I mean, did you see at what time that mag field accelerator upgrade just finished? That was not nice. That was very unfortunate timing right there. Of course, also the just the amount of Ravens available there. That was one of those games where you're like, all right, yeah, this is why I don't go battle cruisers in TVT. That's right, I forgot about this. In fact, that happened a couple of times to myself as well on ladder, but which is why I'm always excited when I see pro players doing it. You know, I'm like, all right, maybe it will work. Maybe I'm just missing something, and then it's like, all right, well, maybe it just doesn't work. Maybe it just doesn't work. Although it was something we've seen from, wasn't it TY versus Cure? I mean, we saw it work there, right? I mean, it got scouted though, so unfortunate, unlucky. Let's see what we'll be having brought to the table by these 2 boys this time around, though. What will they be doing here? Lucky Gnome, thank you for the follow there. All right, here we go. Here we go. Game number 2. see what they are up to. In the bottom right side of the map, we have ourselves a blue Terran player. 1 point on the board so far is from Team Bravestar Gaming. None other than Dream. So, left side, we have ourselves a red Terran player fighting for nobody but himself. Not on a team at the moment in time. It's been a long time since he's been on a team, actually. Anyway, another funny thing. He replaced time. So, all the time I'm saying time. Probably a little bit because that's still in my head as well. Anyway, he is a name that I have given up on pronouncing. Ian. So that's what we're going with. I've been told 3 different types of pronunciations, as it should be. And I trust people. I think you're all right in your own way, but now I don't know who's more right, alright? That's the problem. Here's the problem. Okay, so both players this time around going for the double gas. And playing it safe. Ian hopefully not gonna go for the double the double starports on the other side of the map this time around. I mean, it is just doubling down. I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. Can you roll? Kevin, I'm from the Netherlands actually, so it's just around the corner, pretty close by. Just a little stretch of water in between, and there you go. Just call him top. Yeah, we might do that. Do I smoke mead? No, not really. No. Of these players, well, what is really happening? Who has the advantage here? I don't think so. I don't think there is a clear advantage right now, is there? Both of them having the double Reaper and the Hellion here, and this is a bit unfortunate, missing each other on the middle of the map. Moving into this command center, getting constructed here by both these players. I guess Ian having the advantage here because he does have the quicker attack here, but you know, there's no extra Hellion here defending the SCV line of Ian, so maybe he's at the disadvantage here, moving those SCVs again into the Hellion range here as well, and that's causing a whole lot of damage actually. Oh my dear lord, this is going absolutely out of control right now. This needs to stop. He needs to stop the bleeding, and it's not gonna happen in time. 14 workers go down. Okay, that, oh, all right. I think that's game. I think that might be game. What can you do? What can you even do? I mean, Banshees with Cloak, sure, you can give that a go, but I'm... Oof, man, Dream going for a third command center after this as well. That is, that's just not enough. Oh, we have some Koreans in the chat as well. 안녕하세요. 고생해요. I forgot to read up the rest of the sentence. Bunga Owo? Is that it? I don't know. Hopefully I didn't say something insulting there. Hi, what's up? Well, I don't think this is gonna work. I mean, alright, well, Let me try to still cast this, okay? So the Banshee is coming in here. There is a scan available. There's a Cyclone available as well. So shouldn't be able to get too much done. And even if it does get quite a bit done here, I mean, how many workers does he need to kill? He still needs to kill 5 plus 2. That's 26. So he needs to kill 26 workers. And then there's of course also the third command center still there as well. Alright, now he's moving in here. He does have that second Banshee. He does have a good amount of Marines and a siege tank. You know what, siege tanks, they are very strong, right? They are very tough to deal with. There is the siege tank for Dream as well, though, so I guess that advantage kind of goes out of the window. Oh, losing the Cyclone and a Banshee there as well, though. This is, I feel like we're approaching the GG mark here very, very quickly. This is painful, guys. This is just close your eyes. I think we should just not be watching this right now. Oh god. The humanity. Oh. Come on. Oh my god, he's even doing this right now. Are you kidding me? Is he gonna get that siege tank? Oh, the siege tank is being blocked by the SCV! No! 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 How painful can a game get? How incredibly hurtful can one game get? Oh god. Oh god, just let it stop. Please. Please. Man. Banshee once again trying his best to make something work here, but I mean, what can you even do? Alright, in come the SCVs. There's 3 siege tanks though. There's a good amount of Vikings here that can just land interference matrix on one tank, and there it is, GG. Dream takes the series 2-0. Feels like I put my hands in hot oil watching that series for some... My eyeballs. I put my eyeballs in hot oil watching that series. And how much just went wrong there. GG. GG overall. We'll have to wait and see. It does mean we're going to get ourselves Dream versus Solo, the reunion of the first series here that we've seen. Let's hope they'll be able to bring that fireworks that we saw from the first game once again. Noble efforts. Noble effort. Nice guy. Sub for time, and that was rough. That was indeed rough. He just came in here, helped us out, and I mean... That's a good point, Gnuoi, but that was, oh man, so much stuff just going wrong there. That is so unfortunate to see from somebody that is trying so hard, you know. Anyway, the final series for today, guys, will be coming up shortly. Let me quickly run the ads, and we'll wait for the videos to be done and over with. Alright, see you in a little bit. For all you lovely nerds that are still here. Hey, hi, how you doing? What should we talk about? Should we talk about the Matcherino page? Have you guys already done the Matcherino page? Have you done your due diligence with supporting StarCraft 2 for today? Have you just pressed a couple of buttons yourself? I know, I know. People playing StarCraft are pretty darn good at pressing buttons, I've noticed. And this is why you all beat me on the ladder. This is another chance to beat me. Beat me with doing the Matcherino code, right? So all you gotta do is... exclamation mark Matcherino. Let me quickly accept this invite actually. There we go. Voila. And yeah, all you do is you log in over here. Just like this. Well, not sign out of course. You just gotta sign in. I like to use my Twitch, so easy as that. Get that rolling in, and then all you gotta do is press contribute. AX 500 to DJ. And 50 cents, just like that, added to the prize pool. As soon as you press contribute, of course. You can't just misclick like I just did, and that's when it won't get added to the prize pool. But if you press this over here, voila, 50 cents added to the prize pool. I've already used it, so I'm not allowed to do it again, unfortunately. They fixed that loophole a long time ago, I think. And yeah, we'll be able to get quite a bit of extra dough in the prize pool if we all manage to get that done. It is going to be working out for all of those days. We have the survey as well, which is from the Northern American scene. Anyone in North America? I'm not sure if VPNing works. I'm not sure if people want me to suggest that either. Probably not a good idea, so probably don't even try that. There is a $1.5 extra that can be added to the prize pool as soon as you fill in that survey as well. So that would be very much appreciated. Other than that, if you still have some like intention to be the nice guy, just tell your friend about the stream. That you can do that for free. There's some quests over here, right? So retweet a tweet, like a tweet, easy as that, right? 15 cents again added to the prize pool. Very easy stuff, honestly. There's some Twitter quests here as well. Easy as that. Anyway, and there's the replay pack. So you can get yourself the entire replay pack right over here. All of these matches, entire group stage number 1, all these lovely plays, group stage 2 and the playoffs, all will be included. Alright. Now, in a world with one man playing Zerg in the red colors, he is from Cosmos Esports, he is a Solar. And another man spawning coincidentally on the opposite side of this world. He is from Bravestar Gaming, he is Dream. And in this world, the one thing, the one true purpose is to kill the other man. I could say that a bit more epically, right? Kill the other man! It's like the wrestling. I guess it's not really like the wrestling. It's more like the movie stuff. They got it from the wrestling though, right? The silly voices. Okay. Now, what do we have over here? There's a barracks over there, as we can see. Nothing out of the ordinary, honestly, that I'm picking up upon. Hatchery, regularly timed. A little bit upset that we're not having that spawning pool first here again. More epic equal more American. Is that it? Is that what I did? I don't even know. I kind of did try to add some treble too, you know, like in the world. I wouldn't know how to do that in English either. Or the UK. More like the trailer voice. No, it's the wrestling voice. It's the wrestling. It's trying to cause us to here, making people upset. Oh, it's not a wrestling voice. It's a trailer voice. No. You crazy. You crazy. This all started with the Restless. Alright? It's with Vince McMahon. And the daughter of Vince McMahon. What's her name again? Bethany McMahon or something? I don't know. I forgot. Stephanie McMahon, right? And then they always go like, I'm a McMahon! They look really angry when they say it too. It's like they're proud of it, but then they say it in a way where they're also like very angry about the fact that they're a McMahon. You know? You guys all seen this, right? Everybody watched wrestling. It's the original Marvel, right? The original Marvel universe. The original Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's just a little bit more restricted. With what they can do, right? It's not much as a budget in special effects, so all they have is just like stunt people and like tables that they can smash through. Alright, anyway, what's happening in this game right now is not much out of the... Oh my dear lord. Oh, Dream. Going for the battle cruisers this time around. I don't think we've seen him doing the battle cruisers just quite yet in that first series. And remember, guys, that first series, man, that was a ridiculous game. I'm very, very stoked about seeing this happening once again. Oh, he's really trying to avoid having this getting scouted. I think he will. And yeah, even that starport there without a tech lab, it's not going to give any type of update as to what is happening here. Of course, maybe that one tech lab being close to the starport maybe might show him that it is something he still needs to be careful of. It's something he needs to be mindful of. Maybe seeing the Viking as well. As soon as the Viking comes in to deny some... the circling there. Does see it. Alright, so now he knows. He knows something dangerous is coming from the sky. But will it be enough? Will it be enough information for him to get the overall knowledge that he needs as to it, that being battle cruisers? I don't think quite yet. He knows that it's something like that, but whether it be battle cruisers or banshees, he needs to start making spore crawlers here. How many does he have? He has 2. Alright, both sides. Both sides, more than enough, right? In the middle, he'll have his queens. Should be okay. At least against banshees. Against the battlecruiser, might be a different story, but we'll have to wait and see how that's going to unfold here. Man, these Hellions are relentless, are they? Jeez. Moving back and forth, just being continuously like, no, 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 no. We're going to attack both these locations. Just you wait. If we move quick, if we move back and forth quick enough, then we'll have a mirror image appearing on the other side, and then it will look like there's 2 packs of Hellions moving in at the same time. That'd be pretty cool if that was possible. Alright, there's the battlecruiser actually. Oh, I missed that one. Sorry about that. 3 kills so far, not too great. Hellions not really getting too much done either. We are continuing onwards with the battlecruiser production though. We're seeing the Yamato cannon as well, so definitely investing a bit more into this. Man, Hellions don't do any damage against roaches, do they? The AoE damage is nice, but whew, man, it takes a long time. Alright, so the overseer, a little bit to the right, a little bit to the right. Okay, now he sees that this is upgrading here, hopefully. Hopefully he picks up upon that. Come on. Come on. I guess he already saw that smack anyway, right? That's probably the main thing here. Whether that be with more or less battlecruisers, probably less important overall. Oh, that could be okay. No, you know what? Great save there with the drones. Good movement there. We'll be able to help him out, not lose too much there. Taking him a while before he has that 4th base though. So we can see the income graph here shooting into the favor of Dream right now. And that versus a mech player, probably not the best thing for Solar. Solar here, ooh, might lose a couple of more workers as well. Ooh, careful, careful. Go into the gas geyser. Great splitting there. Jeez Louise. Alright, still loses all of them though. But you know what, that was some nice micro there. Almost saving some stuff. Another battlecruiser coming in hot here. Right now, being able to have 7 kills in total already. And gets the hell out of there again as well. 8 kills in total. Probably not as many as you would want to get, but... well, that would make you feel absolutely amazing about yourself. But it is still a good amount, right? I didn't lose any battlecruisers so far either. And he's trading out very nicely here overall, considering... in particular, that of course he was very quick with that 3rd base, and Solar has let that 3rd base, you know, has been a little bit too long on the 3 base, I'd say. Uh-oh, uh-oh, yeah, okay, whew, gets out of there. Just a couple of Corruptors missing that to really shut that battlecruiser down. Wow, these Corruptors, they're bloody psychic. Completely figuring out the battlecruiser movement there, and that one does fall. That's the first battlecruiser that does get taken out, and immediately you can see the expensiveness of those battlecruisers. The unit lost that pretty much tied up now again. They are insanely costly, those battle cruisers. Anyway, fourth base here, full Dream again getting taken at the same time as Solar's fifth base. I'm still feeling Solar being a little bit slow with the expanding here overall. But his army is already at 200, well, at 122 supplies. That's a good thing to see. And he might be able to get some work done now that Dream is on this amount of bases, right? It looks like he's very spread out thinly. And that's going to allow Solar to come on in here into the choke between the second and the third base. The Battlecruiser is still doing a good amount of damage as well, though. Alright, in he comes. The Siege Tanks in the main base now trying to retreat further towards the production line. Need to get that secured again. The Ravagers doing a great job overall with the Biles here. Now getting a good amount of SCV kills off as well in that natural base. So definitely doing a great job now. Taking the opportunity of the overall spread outness of the Terran army here, while as well keeping making use of the slowness of the mech army, of course. And doing a wonderful job there. Looking like he will be able to secure this pretty easily. Should do, right? I don't think this is going to backfire anymore. Looks like this should be all right for him. He missed a sensor tower or something. Yeah, I think so too, actually. That was something, anything really. Even like having a Marine here or a Hellion or anything like that, just to kind of give an indication that something is coming his way. Oh, okay, well. Let's keep the Overseer just barely alive. Come on. Come on, Battlecruiser safety. Observers. Just finishes in time, so that's going to go down. Actually, 2 more Overseers on the way from behind here. I'm not sure if you can recover as Dream in this situation. I mean, what do you even do? He has the battle mech now that is being efficient, but it was a little bit too late. If we look at the unit's loss tab, that's rather disgusting now. Considering there's only a 15-9 supply for Dream. The income graph definitely in favor for Solar here, and well, he's not done yet. Sending in a couple of roaches there. Oh my god, the surround here, forcing the battle mech further onto creep. And that's going to allow a massive surround here from the other roaches now coming in from the production line. That was a lovely positioned army there. I don't know if that was planned to go like that, but it worked out in his favor. A great opportunity found by Solar and made use of that moment in time. Taking out more siege tanks here. Once again, I think we're going to be heading into GG here relatively quickly, as this is just a really rough spot right now. More SCVs die. This base again going to deny any further mining. Back on the 2 base economy. Well, I guess 3 base, so yes, this one. But I think he should be able to get some stuff pushed in there as well, right? He's well, he's losing a lot of stuff due to the siege tanks on the high grounds here and the battlecruiser, so he might not have enough anymore to break the planetary. But we'll have to wait and see. I mean, Biles, of course, also do quite a good number on those SCVs if they try to repair. In he goes. Let's see if he will be able to get that done. Nice dodge there on the SCVs, but yeah, it's just not going to be able to get that repair going. Has to evacuate, and another base falls. Does have that 3rd base still remaining, but I mean, he's on a 3 base economy. Well, 2.5 right now, basically. Oh my god, even a siege tank blocking him here. Causing further of a delay. His main base pretty much mined out here. Solar, I mean, I would like to see another base being taken relatively quickly, just to kind of really secure this, but I'm not even sure if he has to. Yeah, there we go. GG is gold. No problem for Solar here. It looks like knew exactly what he was supposed to do and manages to secure that first win in this best of 3 this time around. And yeah, I mean, it's cool to see Dream mixing it up a little bit, right? Going for a different type of strategy. But seeing how strong his late game was with the bio play and all the multi-pronged harassments, I feel like that is really just the overall way for him to go. But maybe that's just the overall way of me wishing he would go, because that was so cool to see. He did beat Dream. Oh, he did beat Solar that time around though, and yeah. Well, maybe we'll get it in the following match right here. Of course, it is going to be Death Aura, a little bit smaller of a map, I think. Than is it smaller than? It might be around the same size, but it feels smaller because of those speed zones, though, to me at least. A bit quicker to move about. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see if what will be chosen here by Dream. You know my opinion. You know what I want to see. Will we get to see it though? Come on, Dream. Come on, Dream. Give it to the fans. Give it to the viewers. We need those nukes. We need those nukes in our lives. We need that multi-pronged harassment. We need the squealing Koza and fangirling all out and about. Anyway, in the top left side, we have the blue Zerg fighting for Cosmos Esports. He is Solar. Bottom right side, there he is, the red Terran player fighting for Bravestar Gaming. He is none other than Dream. Alright. I think we all know what this is going to be. Plop goes the Weasel. This is what happened in the second game between Dream and Solar as well, in the first best of 3. And I'm pretty certain this Overlord will be getting a scout here. Oh, he adjusted the course. He adjusted course. He didn't go for it. He's not gonna scout this. This isn't it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you joking me? Alright, well, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. The rest of the crew also freaking out now. He was on the path to see it, and then he adjusted course just half a second too early, and well, that is potentially gonna cost him here 3 racks as well. That is very heavy here on the offensive. Do you have to hold your second base against the 3 racks? You don't necessarily have to. What people usually do against the 3 racks is you can go for the roaches. You can kind of sacrifice that first base and then go for a bunch of roaches to kind of bust open your front door and go for a counter-offensive afterwards. That is an okay way to do it. But of course, you don't know at this moment in time. You have no idea that it is going to be a 3 racks. You don't know if it's a 2 racks. It could be just a proxy 1 Rex at this moment in time, right? You just don't know. Okay, seeing the second Marine coming up, though, that's kind of going to give it away. That is at least a 2 Rex here. But, alright, well, he's going to have to figure this out. He is going to go for the... Alright, very good. Oh, no, he cancels the Roach Warren. Thought he figured it out. I'm not sure if he has, though. Looks like he will be cancelling. Well, he's gonna sack the hatchery here. Alright, getting 3 links there from that location into the main base. That's a good thing. The Queen here just trying to buy as much time as possible. A couple of links popping out there. Solar having a tough time deciding whether or not he should try to go for the surround there. Doesn't have what he needs though. Now he's gonna have to put up a spine crawler here. I mean, I'm pretty certain that he knows now that this is, in fact, a 3 Rex. This is completely committed here. And he's going to lose that hatchery. Alright, with the Broodlings, is going to attempt to get the bust here. Going, targets down a lot of the SCVs, but still 1 remains. And moves back before he loses too many of those links. Is going to lose an Overlord as well, though. Supply blocking him further, increasing these overall strain that he is under. And Dream, being a pesky little Terran, is going to be making this even more difficult to get rid of. Making a full wall of here. I believe this is a full wall of. And... Right. Well, I mean, losing the hatchery, it's kind of what you're thinking of that could happen, right? It's a possibility. You're not that scared. You can still go for a big counter-attack, which is what we're seeing here from Solar. It looks like just more and more links on the way. He's got his creep spread out now. He's going to try to get that spine crawler in the position here. It's going to be difficult, though, to secure this. Let's see if he will be able to do it. Good amount of links, though. Should be able to do quite a bit with the counter-attack, but oh my, Dream already prepped up for that one as well. Being ready to have some sort of a Baneling or Circling bust there. Right, in come the Lings now. Getting rid of the Marines, getting rid of the bunkers too. Losing quite a couple of the Zerglings there anyway, right, because of this. Now, he doesn't have a Baneling Nest. He doesn't have a Roach Warren for Ravagers. Nothing of the sorts. I think maybe Solar Spike. Alright, let me just... For the third game, I don't know. I don't know what he's saying. 3 barracks? Oh, now he's asking. Man. So he didn't know. He didn't know. He knew translating there for us. A lovely guy. Wonderful man. Helping us out once again, understanding the insights here for these players. DD, I don't know. Probably yes. So yeah, I mean, in this situation, it's overall just a little bit tricky. Solar is getting himself the 3 hatcheries behind this, so he's not out of this just yet, guys. There's still a possibility, of course, for him to get some stuff sorted out. The work account is starting to get back up there a little bit, right? But overall, it is quite delayed. Dream still a bit ahead. Had quite a nice spike there in the overall income advantage graph there. DD means yes. All right, nice. Good to know. Good to know. Thank you, underdog. Solar is quite weak against proxies in general, is what Sushi says. Alright. That is good to know. You know, I'm pretty weak against proxies too. Don't tell the people on ladder that, but man, oh man. You get 1 bunker down on my base, I'm just gonna squeal under the pressure. Right, Dream on the way, going across the map here with a reasonable amount of Mariners. Being ready for the, you know what, to support them with the Hellions as well. Again, we mostly just have Zerglings right now available. There's not even a Baneling Nest, so some good micro with the Stim and the Hellions here. Oh, even Hellbats. Oh my god, that's gonna be... This is gonna be disgusting, I feel like. There's not much here to defend for Solar. I mean, the Queens really is what you're banking on here. Needs to take out pretty much most of this here with the Queens, the Zerglings. They're gonna die so incredibly quickly here due to the Hellbats. The Hellbats really doing a number here, but... Okay, target down the spine, and there we go. That's the most DPS right there, and GG is called. Alright, so the follow-up attack there really did him in. The 3 racks as well, of course, did quite a lot of damage too. It's just more difficult to kill that off with just pure Zerglings. I feel like he made the right call, right? He put down the Roach Warren and then he cancelled it. He was like, you know what, I might not need to Roach Warren here. I might be okay on just Lynx, and then... I don't know, I think, you know what, still, those Roaches probably would have come in rather nicely and do provide a little bit more staying power for the later parts of the game and potentially counter-aggression, right? Just to kind of force your opponents into some other type of attack. Alright. Whether that be a siege tank or something like a Banshee also helps, of course, sometimes, but... Just Hellions and Marines, that is rough. That's just not something you want to be walking up against with just pure Zergling Queen. Alright, that means once again we're going into game number 3 between these two guys, and it's going to be on Golden Wall. Now, I mean, the first game of today was the most amazing game, and maybe, hopefully, we'll have another one of those right here. I mean, it was between these two guys, so I'm just really hoping to have that full-on macro game between these guys going again. That was absolutely lovely to see, but we'll have to wait. We're gonna try and see what's happening here. Of course, it is getting rather late now on the Korean side of things, so let's see what they still have to bring to the table here. In the bottom left side, we have the red Zerg from Cosmos Esports. He is Solar. On the bottom right side, there he is, the blue Terran player fighting for Brave Star Gaming. He is a Dream. Right, everything in his own base this time around. Not doing a proxy. Let's hope he will be able to be safe this time around in that early game. No spawning pool first either. So Solar just really going for the little bit more greedy play, but allowing that Reaper to get a bit more information. That is what we're seeing, of course, from Dream. Sometimes you do see the non-Reaper opening. Doesn't happen as much, but it is a thing. It is a thing people do sometimes. Sometimes people try to do this type of stuff, right? It is 1-to-1, yes. Thank you. Even I, as magnificent as I am, am but human. And need the help from you lovely guys in the chat sometimes. Alright, well, it's going okay so far, right? This is the way I want this to go. The really magnificent Kozan. That's right. That's right. Not just the magnificent, just the really magnificent Kozan. I don't even know how that would add to it and what type of different stuff you would do as like a magician at that moment in time, or an illusionist. It just seems weird. It's like I'm just dissing all the other all the other people that are calling themselves magnificent. I mean, yeah, sure, you're magnificent, but you're not really magnificent, you know? It's like... okay, well, Reaper here, again, doing a bit of the pokey-wokey. Oh, gets a Ling. He's gonna get a second one, I don't know. Doesn't look like it. With the Queen in position right now. Needs to be careful, of course. He wants to get that creep tumor down, but... Of course, that is always a scary moment in time. This ramp here helping out a lot, though, allowing the creep tumor to be placed down a little bit more easily. Third base also already in position. Reaper not there to block that drone. Very quick for Solar with hiding a drone there to allow a quick third base to come down. Starport on the way here. Looks like once again the Hellion opening for Dream. That is just run-of-the-mill TVZ. A very quick third base, though, as well. Would be funny as well, just to be called the Magnificent really Kozan. It's like, what? That's confusing. Oh, once again, the fusion core. Alright, so my hopes and dreams have been shattered, but it looks like Dream will be trying to do this one more time here with the mech play, I would imagine. You know what, of course, sometimes with even the mech you still get nukes, right? Yeah, it is still a possibility. It happens sometimes, people do it sometimes. Oh, it didn't get scouted, by the way. The starports or the fusion core here. And I'd say that starport was relatively far away, removed from that tech lab. Doesn't immediately make you think like, huh, those guys are gonna switch around, aren't they? That tech lab is meant for that starport, isn't it? Not really the case here, no sir. So, you know what, we're seeing a Roach Warren on the way here. No Spore Crawlers just quite yet. We saw a Banshee on the production tab at the start, but it looks like that did get cancelled in favor of starting up the Battlecruiser a little bit quicker here. See what he will be able to get done. This is a good amount of Hellions here, looking to deny some creep. Creep Tumors on the other side, though. Should be able to still get there if he keeps moving forwards. He's standing still. Come on. Come on. There you go. Light armor now once again helping out. What do you think of the balance changes now that they are through quite some time? You know what? I'm just struggling against the Widow Mines being hidden continuously. That's what I struggle with. That's my main thing right now. I still need to adjust, having overseers everywhere and stuff like that. Alright, here's the first initial battlecruiser. Only one single queen available here, and the Spore Crawler immediately targeting down drones and getting quite a bit of damage going. Look at that, 7, 8. This is not gonna stop, is it? 9, alright, might stop here. 9 drones, that is a respectable amount of kills though. And should be able to get out of here as well. Gets the Overlords. Oh my god, I got close. 8 HP. 8 HP. Are you kidding me? No, 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 no. You send that battlecruiser back in there, boy. Wait, 18 kills? How many? What happens over here? 18? How many drones did he have there? How many drones? He's back on 18 again. What? Nuts. Nuts. Alright, anyway. Roaches, what were they doing here? Alright, I need to pay attention again. It looks like Mutalisk are on the way here. Mutalisk not the greatest tool against the battlecruiser, of course. They don't trade out that well, but they are much quicker than the battlecruisers. So should still be able to kind of potentially do some damage of themselves here. And you know what? Overall, I'd say that this opening here for Dream looking a whole lot better than it did in game number 1 with the battlecruiser as well. That is, I mean, quite obvious with 18 kills, right? That's quite a lot. 2 Evo Chambers now coming down for Solar already. The +1/+1. We still are having the bio, by the way. Only now realized, but yeah, it is in fact still bio play, even with the battlecruisers. You don't see this all too often, but it does happen sometimes. I was under the impression it was bio, but I think he must be right now. Yeah, I think you're right, actually, Unknown, because he is still making the roaches. He's making the +1 ranged attack, and only now adding in a Baneling Nest. So it's going to switch it up again. So that's a good call indeed. Solar under the impression that it was mech as well, it looks like. So was I, honestly, as I mentioned now. But yeah, very cool stuff indeed. A couple more SCVs perhaps gonna fall to the wind of the Mutalisk. Drilling claws as well being constructed here. That is interesting to see. Don't see that upgrade that many times anymore these days, but against Banelings, Mutalisk, Zerglings, just having those Widow Mines burrow that much quicker definitely helps out quite a bit. And there's all the creep. Look at that. Nice spreading out of all the tumors here. That's what you need to have happen. You're still committing here as well to the roaches. Oh, a bit of a fight here. Picks off a siege tank, but loses a couple of those Mutalisk as well. Alright. The overall status of this game, I'd say, you know what, Solar, he does have a pretty healthy drone count again, right? Even with losing 18 at the start. I'd say that's respectable, that's very well done. And this army, it's okay, it's okay. Good amount of roaches, right? Upgrades, he's a little bit behind. Needs to get himself the bailing speed here. And I wouldn't mind seeing him starting up the hive either. He's already making the infestation pit though, so he is planning for it. Getting that ahead and sorted is very nice. He's max supply now as well, so probably would like to have him try and do something here with the roach stack, as the roach stack doesn't hold up that long, right? Ultimately, it's not going to trade out that efficiently. Even against the bio, right? Still, 200 versus 200, not going to work out that great. But then again, I mean, he doesn't have that much to transition into either at this moment in time. Now, even with the Mutalisk here, it looks like, you know what, there is still a good amount of damage being dealt by those drops right now. Even killing off the spawning pool right there, so that's very nice to see. Hive tech now on the way. This medevac will still be picked off. The one at the top just barely escapes with a small final breath left, it looks like. Oh, and even another drop right here in the middle. How did that get there? That's one dangerous way to jump into the bases here. Okay, it does get cleaned up though as well, but once again, Dream showing that he is just one hell of an harassing player, right? Continuously finding that damage with the Medivacs. Having 3 Medivacs at the same time, going at different locations, all while still expanding and prepping up for the late game. Look at this, he already has the tech labs here available, making even more barracks now, and in a good position as well. So, I mean, even if Solar plans to go for the Ultralisk behind this, which I'm not sure if he will go for it. I suppose he will, right? Yeah, okay, there it is. We haven't seen any Corruptors being built, so very unlikely for it to be any type of Broodlords here. So yeah, the Ultralisk are going to be coming out, but I think already Dream has the infrastructure to start being able to counter this. The infrastructure is there, and there you have it. Marauders now on the production tab. It's that he's max supply, otherwise he would continue to keep making more of them. Just a couple of links here, making rockets as well. And both of these players in an awkward position where they kind of want to lose forces, but they don't want to lose them too quickly here, I would say. Because we only have 6 Marauders right now, so yeah, like drops like that is a good way to do it. Unfortunately, not getting any work done, of course, but would have liked to have some work done, but yeah, it's good enough, right? It's kind of like, what was it called again? I think they're clearing the straits in, was it World War... I think it was, yeah, World War I. Where they had all these old ships that they couldn't use because they were submarines, and they were scared that the submarines would just blow them up with one measly torpedo. And they couldn't use all those ships that Britain had, and then they were like, you know what, let us just try to use all these very expensive ships just in this in the Mediterranean into the sea. Now, I'm pretty sure there were subs in World War I too. World War I too. I'm pretty sure. I think so, yeah. Just have to look it up, but I'm pretty certain there were subs in World War I. Anyway, it's less important here. I could be wrong, who knows, but that's how I remember it. But my memory doesn't always serve me well. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. Mutalisk here. Pedal subs. Alright. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. You'll have to Google it, guys. I'm too busy with this, alright? You guys figure it out. The Mutalisk trying to get on top of the production here and doing quite a number on the overall possibility to produce, getting a good amount of add-ons and some production facilities too. The push from Dream at the top side here, managing to gain quite a bit of ground as well. Both of them having a good amount of money stacked up too. And Dream, honestly, it looks like he is getting himself ahead overall on the base count, right? So as long as he doesn't lose this army right now, without trading nicely, and then gets counterattacked, I think he should be in a good position here. Solar is getting ready, though, to really blow this force out of the water, though. Let's see if that's going to be the case. I don't think it is. Alright. Oh, it's getting close. Okay, this might be the moment. No, he's backing up again. Right, setting up a flank, I suppose. So maybe even a counterattack. Going into a different location here. Trying to get rid of that battlecruiser as well on the bottom side. Oh my, that is clumped up as can be. Baneling's getting great connections there together with the Ultralisk as well. Of course, that Widowmine doing a good job there. Thor as well, tanking so many Baneling shots right there. And it looks like the Marine Marauder Ball now still plentiful enough to keep doing the trading here. As long as he keeps his micro going, should be able to do really well here, especially now that there's no Banelings. And this is kind of the moment in time where if you had even a single Infestor, right, just a single Fungal right here would do so incredibly much. But Yeah, Solar just getting traded out rather inefficiently there. And this represents in the units lost tab as well. Oh boy, look out for those Widow Mines. They'll burrow very quickly. And then you lose all your Mutalisk. Alright. Alright. Shooting on through. I kind of lost the ability to speak, guys. I'm just watching. This might be it here for Solar. That's a lot of stuff he has. Where's the rest of Dream's army right now? I think he's trying to attack as well. There's a battlecruiser at the top, but I cannot find it. Where is his stuff? It's all gone and dead now, losing this golden base. It was almost mined out though already. Nice bios on that battlecruiser. Did he time it? Oh, just barely. No, it's a little bit too early. Right, there is another little bit of pushing happening at the bottom side of Dream though, so he is putting up the herds on the other side as well. And both these players still having an incredible bank here. There's more Widow Mines as well here. There's just stuff happening again everywhere. Dream picking up the pace, clearing out all the creeper in the middle. Widow Mine. Ooh, 3 kills right there. Not too shabby. Of course, we'll be hanging around that for a little bit longer. Okay, never mind. The Ultralisk came in. An unfortunate new neighbor to have come to meet your acquaintance. And Widow Mines here, once again, getting some good connections onto Banelings. Ooh, be careful. Be careful, Dream. You better be careful. Like his mother now. Just be careful, alright? Don't talk to Banelings. Don't get too close to the Ultralisk, alright? They are dangerous folk. Anyway, Ghost now as well, as the Liberator's being added in. That's the late game composition here. We might be seeing nukes coming in once more from our lovely Blue Terran player here, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, a bit of a run by as well from Solar there on the top side. Is deciding against it though, as it did get scanned. So moving back around again. And not committing to this, and it did get the entire army of Dream to move to the top right though. Solar not taking the initiative though either to really punish, and for once in a long time now it looks like both players kind of on their own side of the map, but Dream not letting that moment last very long, already now moving back into this location right here. Has a small group of units on top of that high ground to try and lure the Ultralisk towards this edge here, and then get some nice damage from the low ground right on top of them. Right, once more this base under a lot of pressure on the top side as well. It looks like 2 medevac there, or dropping to get cleaned up. The bottom side, the Mutalisk still patrolling there as well. Don't want this to go that way. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes. Right, nukes on the way right here. It's lovely. This is lovely, guys. This is what I was hoping for. Man, oh man. These guys were made to play against one another. Honestly, it would have been so cool to just have today just only Solar versus Dream. These are some of the best TVZs I've seen so far. Oh, Widow Mines there, getting great connections once more. A good portion of Banelings and Zerglings there, 250 Banelings in total. Only 51 guys or drones have been killed off there yet, so I thought that would be a little bit more. Widow Mines here as well, making it very difficult. Oh my dear lords, alright, well that's not gonna blow up anything, but another nuke coming down right over here. Alright, it did get cleaned up. Another nuke coming down, and more army on the top side as well. Looks like this. Ooh, this might blow up here. Boom! Oh my god! Imagine if that was like half a second later. Oh dear lord. And now, yeah, all these nukes going off absolutely everywhere. Of course, not only dealing damage, but also just causing Solar's multitasking to absolutely explode here. Needs to be everywhere Watch out for those nukes. Needs to keep his army safe, right? Ensure that it's not on his army, not on some base. Needs to run away drones. And that is why Dream is now really taking the initiative right here. A lot of his stuff is getting scrambled, though, in the middle here. He has a good bank, but he needs to be careful. This might still snowball out of control right here. That's a lot of links. That's a lot of roaches and, well, Ravagers and Ultralisk. Now the Corruptors coming in as well. They're on top of the production. All right. Ooh, I think, you know what? We may have enough Ghost here to snipe away at the Ultras, and then the... I believe the Widow Mine should be enough here to clean up the rest, right? But it is incredibly close, and this is as close to an end as we have gotten so far. But I think maybe just... Oh, my dear lord. Okay, Dream. Is he going to be able to recuperate his forces here? Somehow get some sort of a normal force once again. Liberators on that golden base. Probably need to get them on top of the Ultralisk here. They're just chasing out this small cluster of Marines and Marauders. I think we may be approaching the end here. It looks like we have a point of capitulation. It was looking so great for Dream there at the moment in time. Having those nukes go off everywhere, killing off so many bases. But at the same time, of course, causing him to spread thin and not be ready for the counterattack of the Ultralisk. The Banelings, the Ravagers, the Corruptors, everything just marching through the middle and maintaining overall control here. But, oh, you know what? Dream stabilizes a little bit here. Again, I'm not sure if it's going to be enough, though. Maybe the next attack is going to be the end of things here. Whichever way it goes at this moment in time. It's been one hell of a show. Been one hell of a match. Another base does fall, though. These... Oh, my dear lord. He's really wanting to save this. He needs to. The mule's trying so hard, desperately. But, oh, man, that's now even more of an investment. Having those mules as well invested, trying to save that. And another base over here now in trouble. Where are those Corruptors? I don't think they're here. And Solar showing how he is one hell of a dominant player. Being able to gain control of the entire top side of the map. So I mean, I guess a Dream now attempting to claim the bottom side. It is a little bit safer there for now, with most of the army of Solar roaming around on the top side. But it looks like those links now give the information that Solar needed. Might decide to just push through the main front door, decide to go through the bottom. It looks like that is where Dream is expecting him, though. So that is the more heavily secured base. But, I mean, that's also, of course, the much more valuable bases here. These two bases untouched for pretty much the entirety of the game so far. So a lot of money still remaining there. A lot of gas as well. And he needs to keep those bases secured. You know what? I was very frightful for Dream there. Losing a lot of his production there. Losing a lot of bases. But, I mean, it's close again, man. Army supply are equal. The worker count is equal too. Solar, actually, the one that's in a little bit of a rougher spot now, economically speaking. And once again, Dream finds enough breathing room to ramp up his own aggression again. Widow Mines in the middle here, making it difficult for reinforcements to come through, and has to be cleaned up as well. At the same time, Marines at the top side killing off a good amount of workers again. And... alright, well, we'll have to wait and see now. The income here once more in the favor of Dream. He is starting to replenish these forces, starting to regain control of this series. We'll lose this base, though. That is a big deal as well. That was still one of the more heavily mining bases. And Dream is going to move on towards the top side. Solar really having found a weak chink in the armor here. Still a lot of forces here as well on the bottom side, but I'm not sure, actually. Solar's army just looks so much beefier on that bottom side, particularly because we have so much at the top now. And this might be a moment in time where Solar can take the initiative and take this to an... okay, whew, moves backwards again. Calm down, Kozan, calm down. Man, oh man, the APM. You want to see the APM? Alright, there you go. I mean, you need to stop and think at these moments, man. This is so incredibly tactical right now. It's mostly just chess movements, right? You need to not die. You need to be in the right position here, especially as the Terran player. You need to preempt the movement of the Zerg and then be ready with the Widow Mines, with the Liberators. Another nuke goes into the sky here, finding another opportunity. Overseer is not coming in time because the army of Dream also causing a bit of a distraction here. More nukes flying off into the distance. This nuke will land. More nukes. 2 nukes actually, in fact, going off here. He's trying to find them. Does manage to do so. And, okay, loses a big portion of his banelings here. Solar losing control of this match. More and more so. Although there is a counterattack on the top right there as well. Oh, wait, hold up. Hold the phone. That's a big surround with links right here, and some Ultralisk as well, starting to take apart those orbitals. Those orbitals are the lifeblood of Dream right now. He cannot afford to lose those. He needs the mules, as he doesn't have as many SCVs right now, which is also helping him out, having this much army supply, of course. But, I mean, he cannot afford to not have mules either. Oh my dear lords, are we seeing a comeback in this series, or are we seeing a comeback. I mean, right, these Banelings actually getting reasonable connections here. Ooh, especially on the bottom there. Definitely trading out quite favorably, but I mean, is it going to be enough, as Dream supply just was that much higher to begin with anyway? Solar's gonna have an easier time though to replenish his forces here. Did make a base on the top side, does have this base still mining, has, oh, you know what, actually his mining is rather low as well, isn't it, right now? Let's take a look. Alright, he is ahead though. He is still ahead, so that is a good thing for him. We'll have still an easier time to replenish, but it's not over quite yet. Oh, those Banelings coming in one by one here. Oh, that is still a good connection though. Widow Mines need to be careful. Okay, yeah, this is starting to really ramp up the hurt here. Dream, watch out not to nuke your own stuff here. Jeez Louise. Alright, well, in the bottom side now, this is starting to get extremely scrappy. Both players around the 120, 150 supply here. Solar still with a small advantage, but, I mean, Dream, he is really giving it his all. He's got the medevacts now as well again, so he can stim a little bit more freely, which is absolutely necessary, but those Corruptors just continuously being a bane of the existence of those medevacts. Wow, Dream's still feeling comfortable enough to send out a couple of those as well. He knows he has to. He knows he needs to stop the mining happening from the top side of the map here. That is some way of him to maybe get himself still a victory here. If he can deny these bases on the top side, right? I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot of money, but it is still a good portion that could bring victory to one of these sides. Right, bottom side, once again, a little bit of a stalemate here. The army supply of Dream in very much more his favor as long as this keeps going here, it looks like. Especially because he only has 34 workers, of course. Does manage to clean up these drones on the top side and the base as well. So that is absolutely wonderfully. And oh my god, even had Widow Mines set up, waiting for those drones to come by to get rid of those as well. And you just do not have the money right now as Solar to replenish those. Although, you know what, maybe he doesn't really need to. There's not that much mining to be done anyway, right? Okay, alright. Top side is looking, it's looking more and more secured now for Dream here. He has a very strong force there on the bottom side as well. This minefield, I don't think you can break this with just Zerglings. So many Zerglings dying right now due to those Widow Mines. Man, oh man. The top side again, gonna try to get pressured, but that is not enough forces here for Solar. I think Dream is really starting to pull ahead right now. He is slowly but surely found himself a way back into this series and this match. Although, wait, hold the phone again. The Corruptor count, it is so incredibly high, so I think that is most of the army supply of Solar, and that is a problem, of course, as they cannot shoot down. He doesn't have a Great Aspire either. I think a Great Aspire in these types of situations, where every unit matters, I mean, they can definitely get so much value just slowly over time. But, man, oh man. Oh god, Dream here. Again, might kill off this base right here. Target is... Come on, target it down. You got this. There you go. Should be able to pick up and leave out of there as well. More damage being sustained here by Solar. And once again, I'm feeling Dream pulling further and further ahead. How many? The production tab is empty, guys. There's 2 Widow Mines. This is how scrappy this game is getting. 31 minutes. And that's okay, well, there's more stuff now on the production tab, but that is crazy to me. We still have 2 nukes as well, but as we can see, I mean, the supply of Solar's running dry. The Corruptor's probably not gonna be enough here. He's pushing in, he's trying to make something work here. It's just not gonna work out, and GG is called. Solar taps out, and man, oh man, what a game. Holy moly, that was absolutely nuts. Wow, that was even better than the first game. Holy. Game of the year. Yeah, man, that was nuts. That was absolutely nuts. That went so many ways continuously, where I thought like, alright, this might be over right here, right now. Solar on top of that production. Somehow, you saw the Ultralisk in the main base hunting down just a small patch of the final Marines and the Marauders. Somehow Cure manages to get himself stabilized again, somehow. And then even with like, what was it, like 70 supplies? Something like that as a difference there. Hold up, I mean, I think that was right over here somewhere, if you guys can see. That was crazy. Ridiculous, ridiculous. Alright, guys. This is my final shout out to you to help us out with those Metrorino codes. I mean, if this wasn't worth filling out a Metrorino code, I don't know what is, alright? I don't know what in the world you're waiting for. If this isn't StarCraft worth supporting, I just don't know anymore. These guys definitely deserve it. Dream will be the second person to move onward. So today we have Sue and Dream moving on through. Let me just, guys, show you real quick the bracket overall. And we'll be able to see what the group stage number 2 will be. We have Cure, Armani, Innovation, Ragnarok, Stats, Patience, Sue, and Dream. That is one juicy lineup, guys. That is not to be trifled with. I mean, I'm in love with this, actually. We have so many... we have the same amount of Terran stuff we have Zerg, so we're certain to have a great amount of TVZs to be happening there. Also, of course, the 2 Protoss that are there. Patience and Stats, 2 of the best Protoss available right now. Especially Stats. Very, very much looking forward to what he can bring to the table to these absolute beasts of the Terran and Zerg races right now. As Protoss does seem to be struggling now and again. At this moment in time, but we'll have to see if that's going to be pulling through for Stats as well. Definitely has a opportunity there, I feel like, to make some magic happen. And remember, guys, this is the Metrorino page. You can get yourself all of these replays very easily through here, and oh, my dear lord, my dear lord. All right, I need to calm down, guys. I need to I need to relax. I need to gather up all those replays and get them to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. We're gonna have to find somebody to host and to raid and give it away for you guys here. Man, you're welcome, guys. You're welcome. You don't have to thank me for casting these games. That was ridiculous. I was just happy to be here, honestly. Let me see what everything is that is online, and we'll be able to make a good pick here as to what we'll raid. DreamHack. People are saying DreamHack. That's happening right now. All right, let me just make sure that there's nobody from my team that is struggling right now with potential something. All right. We'll do the DreamHackers. We'll do the B stream again. All right, let's do the B stream again. The B stream boys. The B-Stream boys. That's a fun way to say it. Alright, anyway, guys, thank you so much. Once again, I've been Kozen. Go check me out on my Twitter. It's my Twitch, @reallykozen. Not .com. It's just @reallykozen. Alright? Have a good one, boys. And love you all. Alright? See you next time, hopefully. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I need to wait for me to be allowed to raid, alright? So, give it a second. And there we go. See you later.